Avast ahoy, and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than crushing my enemies, seeing them driven before me and hearing the lamentation of their women to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for some more of Hearts and Homes. Above me and around me I have me hearty crew. She eats green berets for breakfast, and right now she's very hungry. It's Karen Schlink! I'm afraid that his condition has left him cold to your pleas of mercy. It's Zach the Renegade Chicken, and if it bleeds, she can kill it. It's Jess the Queen Pinch! So, mateys.
The Renegade Chicken.
You nearly were. Okay, no one's here. Apologies, Tank. Thank you very much. Guys, first of all, we need to say thank you very much, Ep8, for all those gifted subs, you bloody champion. And Terrace as well. And I saw Tony do the resub too. 13 months. What the heck, buddy? Guys, you're all fucking legends. Hey, Alexander Nord. I love that Ep8 gifted me a sub to my own channel, which was delightful. Thank you very much, Ep8, you bloody legends. Hype, 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 choo-choo, motherfuckers. So, guys, in case you weren't aware, those were quotes from Conan, Commando, Batman and Robin, and, of course, Predator. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am the slightly blocked up, but very open-minded Karen, sometimes known as the mother of bunnies. And I'm living proof that if you open your mind too much, your brain will fall out. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict. You can follow me over on Twitter at Mother O Bunnies, because they won't let me have the F, which is very, very frustrating.
Rachel Foucault.
Or you can damn her! And I know she's been in my fridge recently.
It's all reorganized.
Can't find the sweet chili sauce. And you can find me here, usually on Tuesdays playing Baldur's Gate 3, or on Thursdays doing this, or occasionally other cool stuff.
That's it. Thank you very much. Zach, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Zach, or the Renegade Chicken. I am still here. The meds have not managed to root me out yet, and nor have the feds, despite their best efforts. I unfortunately also...
He's on a list.
I had...
We're all on a list.
Several.
All the best people are.
Probably a few.
No fly.
To be honest. Yeah. But yes, I am currently just trying to deal with my Twitch account being awful, because suddenly I can't log into D&D Beyond or Twitch, because they both run through the same account.
I've changed all of your passwords.
Shit.
I don't remember what to.
No, they had it had issues sending me like text for the two-factor authentication, and I kept clicking it to be like, send me another text then, and it went, oh, sorry, you've requested too many.
You're about to get like 27 texts.
You did the thing we wanted you to do, and now it's bad. Sauce.
Yep.
You did it wrong.
Yeah, I know, and I work in IT. You'd think I'd do this right.
Mind you, I'm pretty sure I broke the government's, like, you remember where you had to scan it by QR code everywhere?
Hey, I'm in, never mind.
And I had to do the thing, and I'm pretty sure I broke it because it just kept sending me, because at first it wasn't sending any text messages to confirm, and then it just sent me all the text messages, and my phone was buzzing for like 3 hours.
The classic.
Sign in.
Like, here's your code. I'm like, you've sent me like 200 codes now.
I'm home now.
Jess, who the heck are you?
I'm Jess. I've got chicken nuggets. I'm pretty happy. They didn't send me my burger though, so I was a bit fucked off, but like, it's fine. I get to play my little ranger tonight, little Milo. So I'm very excited. Happy to be back.
Yes.
Yes.
And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife, Karen, the mother of bunnies, all my splendid friends, and choo-choo, motherfuckers! Thank you very much, guys. That's extremely cool of you. Level 2 hype train. Nice, you bloody champions. What else did I do? I'm often in the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons. You can find me tomorrow night over on the Lorites channel playing some more Vaesen with literally everybody else on the screen with me. That's going to be fun. Plus Terrace, he's there too.
Yeah, I get to play my traumatized bird boy.
And we don't have to write Jess out of the third part of the adventure, theoretically. I don't know if she's actually available, I hope so. Cool.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Never heard of it. Yes. So, before we go any further, Karen, would you mind telling us about the Ukrainian people? Nope.
You're muted.
I
She's
can
muted to cough.
after I've coughed and unmuted the mic. So, for those wondering, I'm having an allergic reaction to something.
The world.
And you could say that Ukraine is having an allergic reaction to all the Russians that keep trying to get into it. So if you are in a position to donate to the Emergency Action Appeal, you can follow the link in chats. All the funds raised go to a variety of charities and not-for-profits who are helping Ukrainian refugees during this ongoing and shitty time they're having to deal with.
Yep. Splendid. Thank you very much, Karen. I must also remind our audience that time is racing toward us till the Huns arrive. But if you heed my every order, then you might just like, follow, and subscribe. To all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials, which I will type in chat. Socials, so you can check, follow us on all of those things. We have a YouTube if you want to see all the episodes you may have missed, including all the previous episodes of this adventure. I've actually, so kind of fun, I've been also running it for one of the groups I DM for professionally, and they've actually overtaken this group as well, so I'm now kind of using them to troubleshoot stuff that I did not expect them to do, or expect you guys to do, so we'll see if you do it. It will be very interesting.
I'm gonna do it.
You may. I hope for your sake you don't. But you might. It did not end well for them.
I have proven myself time and time again to be a problem player to whatever DM I'm under, so...
Oh, it's not... The problem would not be mine. If you have any desire to come and hang out with us on the interwebs, then you can, at the Discord link that I just put up there. It's a great place to hang out with us, share pictures,
page doesn't exist.
Page doesn't exist. What? What do you mean,
How
Discord?
dare it?
Alright, hang on. I will fix that later. Everybody in chat's already people that we know. I will fix it later.
Any strangers turn up, let us know.
If you are in chat and you want in on the Discord, then send me a whisper on Twitch and I will send you a private link. There you go. I will do it after the thing.
Stranger danger.
Exactly. I'm a big grown-up boy. I can protect myself. Thank you, though, Jess. I need to mention the lovely Discord links for work. So good. Okay. It might not work if you're already in the thing. Perhaps. I don't know. And if not, Terrace just posted a different one.
I don't know how to read. Turns out it was the page doesn't exist. The donation. It was the donation one.
Oh.
No, it works for me.
2 stone. Do the Ukraine next time. Check your link. Okay. Notice. Well, maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. We are affiliated with Troll Lord Games and Wooten Forge. They are both gorgeous groups of people. Troll Lord Games have their own TTRPG system. You can check out all of that stuff over on their website, trolllord.com. And Wooten Forge are the purveyors of WA and possibly even the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, like this gorgeous Jarrah Dice Keeper here. If you fancy some of their beautiful things, you can check it out at woodenforge.com. /courses Cove. And if you do, and you purchase anything, we get a cheeky little kickback, you bloody champions, because I don't shill, but I do have bills. And the noises occurring in your head right now that aren't my voice are Sirenscape. Check them out, sirenscape.com. Very useful thing. Not a sponsor, but they are excellent. Yeah, that owl noise, that is definitely Sirenscape. So guys, I think we need a bit of a recap. What the absolute heck happened last time? Who wants to tell us how good their memory is? My 3 neurospicy players.
All right. So, how much do you all remember? Are we doing this as a 3-person?
Yeah.
attempt?
Proof
Give it a go.
Okay.
We were
beginning
in a
of-
graveyard. I remember that.
I remember Milo turned into mist and
He
went and
did.
checked things out, and Josh was like, "Oh, we've nearly had to fight ourselves," but no, it was just a really mean and evil trap.
Yes, we
Back
started
to
in the
this.
graveyard. We spent a little bit of time scouting it out and talking to some plants to try to figure out what had been going on. Milo used gaseous form, I think, to turn themselves into a cloud, sneak past the ghosts and go explore this tomb. Then came back to us. We fought our way past the first couple of guards, made our way down.
We tried to be diplomatic and speak to
We
them.
did, but they were very
Kiki
mean
tried.
and nasty ghosts.
Kiki was super optimistic and was like, let's just talk to them. Maybe they're not
Yeah.
crazed murderers.
And the second we
Kiki
entered
tried
line of
so
sight, they
hard.
charged us with weapons drawn. So we killed them. We then proceeded to, I think, head down in. We took a short rest in a room covered in sort of like carvings and frescoes and stuff like that. We got a bit further in and we found what looked like 3 identical bridges, all leading to like little burial caverns, I think, on the other side, with a bunch of like graves and like what's the word I'm looking for here? Not traditional, almost like mausoleum style,
Yeah.
I guess. Big stone coffins and all that. Sarcophagi, that's the word, thank you. And we discovered when we saw one of what looked like a copy of us walk down one of the other bridges that a trap went off and killed me in that one. And we all went, what? And proceeded to watch as more and more of us appeared and just kept sort of running into traps, then started telling us that they were us from the future. Then got mad that one of them had died and blamed us and proceeded to start shooting at us. And then we realized it was. I think they shot first because
they shot first.
Yes, they shot first because I was about to shoot, and then
'Cause it
Josh was
hit
like,
me.
"Milo's gonna shoot," and I was like, this Milo was also gonna shoot."
but then we realized it was all
and
just an
Kiki was
illusion.
like, everybody stop shooting!
Yeah, and then it was all an illusion, and I hadn't actually taken 13 points of piercing damage. As we proceeded to just walk across the bridge, I believe in there we found sort of all these bodies. We did, I think, take a brief look through them. Although I don't know that we really got into that. I
Not
think
really.
we might have ended session
kinda just
more or
crossed the
less as we
bridge.
got there.
Yeah.
Was it the beginning of that session, or no? It was the end of the session
you
before
go.
that we sent for help.
It was at the...
We sent off the other peeps.
I think
We
it was
sent
the
off-
beginning of the session. We
sent
started
Jones.
that session back in the village,
Yeah,
technically,
Jones.
the ruins of the village, where we sent Jones back. And we also sent, I took notes for this reason, we sent Marilla
That's the
back
one.
to the rest of the villagers.
Yeah.
Although I believe she said that she might have been going to look for more survivors, actually.
She
think she
was
was kind
going
of-
back to her mum. Who
yeah.
was the Etal, who was the leader of the village. She survived. But yeah, Etal was probably
Yep.
going to have her go and look for other survivors. People
Yes.
basically just fled in all directions. Jones went back to Espinora to get help for the villagers, not for you.
Yes, that's right.
And
Help for the
Yes.
villagers because we asked them to send food and sort of aid and things to help get the people out. And
And I gave them all
believe-
fireworks.
Nothing
that's
wrong with
true, you
that.
did.
Nothing bad is going
Uh,
to happen when we give that
and-
child fireworks.
Yeah.
The very last thing that's occurring to me now as well is through a history check that I made when we were still up in the graveyard, we figured out that after I believe we saw the carvings on the inside of the tomb where we took our short rest, we figured out that we believe these are the Knights of Krill,
Yes.
which was very, very confusing because every legend that we had heard of them was that, yes, they were conquerors, but that they were kind of
Nice.
altruistic conquerors almost,
Yeah.
where it was like, effectively, if you oppose us, we will stamp you out, but if we take over your land and you don't show us any resistance, we will make life better for you for having done so.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're just kind of charging through, murdering everything in their path is very unusual.
It was a little weird. Yeah.
It's a little weird, and I
Little
think...
murdering weirdos.
There you go. I remembered bits and pieces of that that I have discovered that my brain for D&D works a bit like a tape drive, where once I kind of like put the thing in and I can see the label on the front and I start playing it, the rest of it kind of just all spills along.
I knew if I gave like one or two little details, you'd be like, "Well, there it is."
There we go.
Yeah.
Off it
Just
goes.
waiting
Yep.
for it to happen.
I did it.
Well, mateys,
Oh my God.
may the ghosts you meet be cool and groovy, and all the future versions of yourselves be likewise, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Everden. So let's have a little bit of music. You have just crossed the bridge, and you find yourself in a mausoleum. Quite a nicely built one. Reaching the end of the bridge, you pass through another archway and find yourselves in the burial chamber of the Knights of Krill. 24 sarcophagi range along the walls, stacked 2 high. Seated, as in 2 of them, one on top of the other, not they're just so high they're going to fall over. Seated on a stone throne at the head of the chamber is a large Eluran, or at least they were a few hundred years ago. Now they are strips of bandage and bleached bone, their armor intricate though clearly ceremonial, and they hold across their lap an enormous greatsword. The room is dry with the dust of ages, and Tony just gifted Karen an inspiration. She's already got one, Tony. I think she's already got one.
Well, Tony said
Toss
some.
the odd one.
He didn't say
Some
add inspiration. Some.
So yeah, and there's a D4 from Abis as well. Who's it for, Abis? Tony, it's got to go to
D4?
Jess because it doesn't. Karen's already
I've got
got one.
inspiration.
Not on the screen.
Not on the stream.
Huh?
But then I accept Tony's inspiration and I give the
It's on
other
my
one
sheet.
to Jess. So we are all inspired.
Yes. Let's say that Jess gets that one from Tony, and Karen can have the
easy.
D4. There you go. So
Excellent.
if you weren't
thank you,
inspired
Tony.
before, you are now.
We're all inspired.
And
Hell yeah.
inspiring, I would say.
Oh, Abis wants to give it to Jess. Oh,
Ooh,
Jess gets double.
thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have a D4
I
for
imagine
when
that
I
was
inevitably
typed
roll a
before,
2.
before not Karen. Alrighty. Well then. So yes, that is where you are. That's what you're doing. That's where you find yourselves. It is dark as shit in here. It's okay to go to Karen. Well, I think that's fair.
Oh.
Yeah, let's make it go to Karen.
They're back. They're back.
Oh.
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 Oh no.
Okay,
oh, no.
stream's unfrozen. Stream's unfrozen.
Oh yeah, I
Cool.
should have mentioned at the very fucking beginning. Yeah, this
If we disappear,
it's because the
just
internet's
stop.
been being shit.
Yeah, we may just drop out completely at some point.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will try. I can tell when all of you guys stop moving. That's how I know. So you get to this burial chamber. What do you do?
Excellent.
Run away.
You're fine.
I would like to investigate the room, DM.
Very well.
Are we
Make me
in
an
the room yet?
investigation check. I mean, you're at the door. Well, you kind of have to be either on the bridge or in the room, and you kind of ran across the bridge. So,
Yeah, it
We're
was
in
scary.
the very beginning of the room.
Cool. And nothing bad has happened. Very good.
Actually,
the
can I
internet
do a
goblins have
perception
been
check?
around in our neck of the woods all fucking day, Marco. Yeah, it's been dropping out for half an hour at a time. Look, maybe we'll see. You would like a perception check, Kiki?
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. What are you
It's
trying to
okay.
perceive? Just like danger?
Yes. Does this room strike me as one that will magically have a giant pit of spikes appear the second I walk into it?
No, it doesn't seem like it. And indeed, I think you're just crossed the bridge, so you can also make a sort of an intelligence check. I think all of you can actually. I'll let you all make this one straight intelligence. Milo got a 17. Kingsley got a 19. It occurs to both of you.
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Oh, you all
All
got.
of us.
Okay, it occurs to fucking all of you. The people who designed this place did not seem to actually want to. They it's trapped, but not in a way that actually hurts you. It just looks like it's trapped. It's not actually trapped.
I think we mentioned that last time, yeah.
Well, I sort of told you that after the game ended as sort of meta, but yeah, it occurs to your characters as well.
My bad.
Yeah.
Well, I know now.
Well, with that in mind, I would like to walk forward and investigate this room a bit then.
Very well. You walk forward and investigate the room. Roll investigation. Straight 2. Straight 2 from Kiki.
Stream
Kiki
black and white.
trips over her own
predators.
feet
Yeah.
and lands face down in the dust. She sees nothing!
I think Kingsley will walk into the room and actually, yeah, I mean, we were doing it before. He'll pull out a torch and I think we'll just prestidigitate, there we go, a little sort of flame to the top of it and light it just to give everyone a better look of the room. And as he does, I think I'd like to look around if I can for any writing that might be in the room. I'd like to see if there's anything that might give us a better clue about exactly what we're looking at or who we're looking at.
Very well. You do that. Make an investigation check, I think.
Excellent. Hey, 18. Good roll.
18. Alrighty.
Nice.
One of us came on this adventure.
The figure at the top of the room. All of these sarcophagi are labeled. Not like with a, not with a, like a little piece of paper or as a note, but you know they have the name of the interdee carved on the side. So Sir such and such and such and such.
Is it just in common or?
It's an Elurin.
I don't speak Elurin.
But you know a name when you see one.
That is valid, yeah.
It's the it would be more of a script style than a just change out the number, like say the
Gotcha.
It's not like reading
how
German. It's
yeah. Even I've spent long enough listening to Korean music that I can recognize Korean writing.
yeah, exactly.
Can't exactly read it, but I know what it is.
It's
Yeah, I
definitely
can
that guy's
recognize
name.
where it's from. Yeah.
However, the statue at the head of the room, or not the statue, the mummy sitting at the top of the room, is someone called Grandmaster Proletius.
That's not foreboding.
I need to write this down. Hang on.
Does that name ring a bell? Is this someone famous?
That could be a history check if you like.
Yes, please. I'd love to.
Yeah, I'll throw my hat in the
the
ring.
base of this saying Grandmaster Proletius.
13?
14.
To
10.
remember who that
13,
guy
14,
is?
10. 14, Grandmaster Proletius was mentioned in the scribblings on the walls a couple of rooms ago. He was the last mentioned Grandmaster of the Knights of Krill.
Right.
So
And he's
presumably...
dead.
Well, yeah.
So these are the
very.
knights. I don't suppose any of you, either of you read Elurin.
No.
Not
Alright.
enough.
That's okay. And so, is there other writing around, but we kind of just can't read it, or?
Elurin's not a derivative of something, right?
No, it's its own language. They were an
Okay,
empire.
cool.
It's not sort of commonly spoken or written down now, but it used to be. No, the walls in here are not carved in any particular sort of grand script. That was in the entryway. That was sort of the deeds and history of the people interred here were in the entryway, not in their bedroom.
Yeah.
But will he do a mic drop? Tony, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I do a mic drop and I accidentally knock it off the desk.
Zach, with that 18 investigation, you also notice that the mummy has something sticking out of its chest.
Oh, okay. Because I know it had its big sword as well, but if I move over, can I get a better look at it?
He has so you would guess standing up, this dude would have been 7 foot tall. Built like a lion man. Sort of, think
It's like
Leonid and
3
you wouldn't go wrong.
Milos.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's almost 2 Kingsley sort of thing. Yeah, he was a big chap. And, yeah, the
How many
blade...
Milos in a Kingsley?
I think 2. I think it's about a 2-to-1 ratio. I think if you
2.5.
stood Milo on Kiki, you got a Kingsley. I think it was that sort of ratio.
Yeah.
So the blade in his chest is a little obsidian... sorry, the thing in his chest, rather, is a blade. A little obsidian dagger. And it's not that little. It would be almost a short sword for Milo. But yeah, it is this little glass knife stuck into the spot just above his heart.
Does it have any writing on it?
Do you investigate it?
I mean, yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to take a look.
I mean,
Investigate it, wouldn't
Milo asked the question.
That is true.
Oh, but Kingsley's taking a look at it.
Sure. I mean, Kingsley can make the investigation check. That's fine.
Can Milo help by saying, does it have anything written on it?
Not a bad thought. Do that.
Sure. Investigation with advantage. Sweet, that's a 19.
Nice.
Wayo!
Good rolls.
So, this is... it doesn't have any writing. There are some... Not writing exactly... Well, not writing in the modern... In the sort of the typical sense, but there is some runes carved on it. Sort of... raw magic with taking physical form to bind it into a thing.
That's worse.
They sort of seethe a little bit. It does tend to be not great. They kind of writhe and seethe as you look at them. Not generally very nice things at all. The other major thing you do notice with the 19 is that this is only half the blade. It has been severed laterally along its length. So it's like someone that you took it and just cut it right down the middle.
Like two long ways halves.
Yeah,
and they've
so you
stuck
still
one
get
half of it in him.
You still have it if from a top down. It would still look like the whole thing, but it's only half.
Right. Okay. So it's half a knife.
Half a knife. Could I look around to see if I can see the other half of the knife?
You certainly can. Make me a perception check, I think. Seeing as your shit at investigation.
Yes, 22.
22.
Nice.
There is no
Jeez.
other. There is no sign of another dagger in here. However, Kiki, you do notice. You would guess. Each of the sarcophagi, notice rather, that each of these sarcophagi have built on the top, the lids are like a carved rendering of the person within, sort of lying, and each one has a different weapon. It's like it is a specific, it is custom work, and each one would appear to contain a person with a different blade or weapon. All of them very fancy. Really nicely made things.
Do any of them have an obsidian knife?
Looking within would require a check because the stone lids are pretty freaking heavy. Is the trick. So
If you were able to just look at the lids, though, do any of them have a weapon, right? Because you said they were holding them on the lids.
none of the lids do not have the weapon on the lid is carved, but if if the person inside has a weapon with them, they
Gotcha. Yeah.
as the shit, it would be in there.
Are any of the carved weapons the obsidian dagger?
No,
Okay.
they are
Okay.
tend to be larger, more violent things. There's a glaive. There's one of them has an iron-bound great club sort of thing. Yeah, they are stuff with which you fuck someone up, not just stab them a bit.
In that case, Milo might pipe up to both of you guys. And I grew up in the woods, but has anybody heard stories about a split obsidian blade?
Don't think so.
You can make a history check. It is a very high DC, but you can.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I got an 8, so I don't
do
think
the same.
Kiki's ever heard of a mysterious obsidian blade.
Oh, I also got an 8.
I got an 18. I'm gonna add my D4.
Oh, go Jess.
I got a 19. Fuck.
Okay. So Milo, you grew up in the woods.
Yeah. I found a book one time.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna point out that the D4 was actually Karen's, but I'm gonna spend it anyway because this is important.
Don't care, it's all hers.
Yeah, it's fine.
It got shuffled around a bit, don't care.
It did.
Oh, that's my bad.
It's alright.
In that case, I can take my inspiration instead.
No,
if you'd like.
you burned it instead. It's fine. 19. You recall a legend about the last elven emperor. It's sort of, there's another one, Foxcall. Alrighty, Karen can have that one, Foxcall. Let's do that.
Thank you.
For Milo.
That one's definitely for Jess.
Yeah.
1 second. Am I allowed to spend mine to give Karen a D4? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's what we
Just
do.
let me fail quietly in
I've just
the
given it
corner,
to
it's
Karen.
cool.
Oh,
There you go.
Alrighty.
That's what I
Very
meant.
well. There you
Spend
go.
my points.
You've both got one now.
We're sharing.
So yeah, you recall a story told to you by Etal, a very much sort of word of mouth thing about the last elven emperor, Thraxis the Mad, who had a nasty tendency of binding the souls of villains and evildoers into weapons as sort of a punishment for wrongdoing. Like, you're a murderer. We're not just gonna incarcerate you or put you hard labor or whatever. We're gonna strip your soul out and put it in a blade in prison forever, sort of thing. Very nasty.
How very the mummy.
Yeah, rather. Yeah.
Could I do an arcana check on this dagger?
Yeah,
Or could I help someone who's good at arcana to do an arcana check? Because I'm not.
Actually, wait. Does anyone have better than a +2?
No.
No.
Okay, because that's what I've got.
No,
That,
let
you're
bard
the
do it.
best,
Zero.
buddy. You go for it. I'll
He's
help.
got this.
Like,
All
my
right. He's
17 was
helping
a flat
Kingsley. Like,
17 before.
Yeah, I do think Kingsley has been standing and examining the dagger while this has been going, and so I think he'll be trying to make sense of the runes. Wow, that's shocking.
ooh,
So it's a 6 because I rolled a 3 and a 4 with advantage.
Ooh.
Good stuff.
Kingsley, can you please make me a wisdom
Crucial.
save?
Yes.
Oh no! No!
That's a 21.
Oh, he good. You hear in your head a voice. Hello, new flesh.
I do think Kingsley would actually probably back up a little from how close he was examining the dagger. And
The runes sort of flare bright when you say this. They're glowing a sort of deep purple, but not a nice one like the band.
I think that Kingsley's immediately going to call out and just while we're in here, if you hear any voices in your head, ignore them. And then in his head, sort of back to the knife, is going to. So, you're the one bound here, right?
I am not contained. Only the body, only the flesh is contained.
Don't know what's worse.
Can we all hear it at this point?
No, do you want to? Roll a
Okay.
wisdom save. If you want to. If you want to
Pinky's
sort
just
of
kind of
tune in
staring
on
at
this.
Kingsley and tried to work out
I got
what
an
his
8.
face is saying.
Not great. Not great. All right. Jess, what would you say is the highest damage spell you have?
I don't have very many damage spells. Not
See,
gonna
the last
lie,
person who
probably
did
Toll
this-
the Dead.
Oh wow, okay.
I have Hunter. Okay, I'll read off my spells if you want. Command, Fairy Fire, Good Berry, Hunter's Mark, Speak with Animals, Animal Messenger, Beast Sense, Dark Vision, Web, Conjure Animals, and Gaseous Form.
Dead set. I think
I'm a
okay,
utility little guy.
So you
So
are a
Dead set
utility
is
little guy.
Toll the Dead 2d8.
So Milo, you sort of tune in on this, and then your eyes drift towards Kiki. Kiki, please make me a wisdom save. I think it's a wisdom save, Toll the Dead.
It is a wisdom save. It's 14 DC.
Crit fail, baby!
Yep, alrighty. Yeah, roll that damage.
Milo says sorry and fucking blasts you for 10.
Ow! What was
Kiki
that
takes
for?
10 damage.
Pointing at the body he told me to.
What did I just say about not listening to the voices?
Well,
So
I've never
Milo,
heard
I
it
don't think
before.
you even knew
no, I wouldn't know.
what was happening. Like, you didn't hear a voice. You just
Oh, just did it.
you just sort of that it took over your body a bit, and you just did it. Worst people that could have had if that had happened to Kingsley, explosions.
What sort of damage does Toll the Dead do? I'm assuming necrotic.
Necrotic, yeah.
I suddenly
about
feel 10 years older. Oh, my knees.
Sorry, he's just gonna wander over and just offer you a good berry, because I've still got 9 of those.
Kingsley, you hear in your head a deep chuckle, a sort of
Take a good berry, you get a hit point back.
the flesh
Right.
is so much fun.
So, doesn't look like this flesh has moved in a long time, but it seems that its spirit is still up and about. Is that your doing?
Prolicious is no longer contained, and therefore neither am I.
Oh, I can't hear, sorry.
You can't hear that.
And I do think
assume.
he is saying all of this, in his head as well, so he's kind of just staring rather intensely at the dagger while it flashes.
Oh, so you're just looking at this dagger, and
Yeah.
Milo just turns around and fucking blasts Kiki for no
Milo,
reason.
please
Very
make
good.
me another wisdom save.
I don't like this game.
Once you started in tuning to this thing, it
I'm gonna use my
Kingsley, do you have
inspiration.
Kingsley, do you have a voice in your head?
I
Sorry,
do,
I
but
double
he's
nined.
unlucky.
I used my inspiration.
you do have a
I
D4.
think
11.
Hang on.
Are we just gonna start fucking hitting each other?
You might do. Jess, what's your AC? Karen, roll an attack, please. Roll a radiant sunbolt.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is gonna suck.
Hang on, I just tried to find where it tells me how much damage. How does that one work? Where's that one?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were making a wisdom save against Milo's attack, or you were trying to tune in.
Oh, I just heard roll a wisdom save, so I rolled a wisdom save.
Oh,
that was to Jess because she was being forced to make another attack.
yeah. But
Oh,
Thank
right.
God.
but Kiki failed the to
Told the
avoid
dead,
it.
so
So more
5.
damage coming Kiki. Kiki feels 5 years older.
My lower back!
I
I
think
was just
that
really scared.
I think that as this is happening, Kingsley is going to actually pull his lyre from his side and begin quietly plucking at it, just to start a counter charm while he's having this conversation, to give everyone advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. And sort of, yeah. And I think as he looks back towards this, the weapon, and goes, well, you say you're not bound anymore, but I don't see you leaving this blade or this body anytime soon. So how exactly do you think you're free?
What need do I have to leave? Prolicious wanders free, and I with him.
I see.
Make that save one more time, Milo. With advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, because it's another fucking 9.
That was a straight 9 as well. That was
Yeah, true.
15. Kiki, you good, and Kiki also saves.
Sorry, Kiki.
15 is the number you needed, Milo.
Alpha +2, I just can't roll, apparently.
Yeah. So there we are. You both managed to snap out of it. All three of you can now hear this conversation. Kiki was sort of valiantly struggling to retain, I think Kiki's hands had started to glow like fireworks, and then sort of focused a minute, and you hear the last line of that, the Prolicious is free, and so am I.
Free from
Right.
what?
He
Don't have to pay for him.
might I ask your name?
Is it Thraxus?
Thraxus is the one that made us all. He christened me.
What do you
had
mean,
a-
all?
My brothers and blades. Some arrow tips, things like
Oh,
In
are
s- oh, you
any
go.
of them else here at the moment?
You would prefer there was more than just I?
No.
No, that's fine. You're great.
No, you're not. Kind of mean.
Right, so Seethe, I assume that when you speak of roaming free, you refer to your other half. No?
Indeed. If you reunite us, I will...
I don't believe you.
No offense, but your name's Seethe. It doesn't exactly inspire trust.
I had a name of the flesh once, though I long ago forgot it.
I don't know if I believe that. Can I actually do an insight check?
You may. You
Is this
can
man
incite
just
this
fucking
knife.
lying to me? 13. Maybe, haha.
Let me roll.
That's yet another classic D&D. Yes, you may insight check the knife.
Who hasn't done that?
I don't believe this
Fucking
knife.
Tuesday.
I would like to seduce the knife.
I roll a
Thinking
1.
about it.
Do it, do it, do it.
Fucking bards. I'm not homebrewing a half knife race. Half chicken, half knife.
Pretty sure that's just a cockatrice, but
Yeah, that's basically.
No, I'm engaged to this man, and I would love to see him try to flirt with anything on live stream.
that's so fair, actually.
Shots fired.
Oof,
No,
yes.
it's very cute.
I am the wrong kind of autistic for that.
Same Z's, bro. I can only do it if it's in play. If it's actually serious, as Ro and I demonstrated, I can't do it. I can flirt with Terrace. Can't flirt with Ro.
Terrace is just so easy to flirt with, though.
Terrace
Oh,
is
of
a
course.
filthy flirt himself. Terrace flirts
Terrace
without
has
meaning to.
4 people on the screen going, yeah.
Yeah. So you Milo, you think he is probably just came in and heard that. Hey, bro, lovely to see you. Mate.
Evening. Welcome.
Yeah, Yevgeny
Welcome,
really
King.
tried and cocked it up. And like the first time when he thought he wasn't being obvious enough, then he properly went too far. Perfection.
Context, by the way, Kingsley may be about to attempt to flirt with a knife. I am insight checking that knife.
No.
A
right
knife
now.
called Seethe, and the knife called Seethe would seem to be. He did great until the wood comment. Fair.
Just like, oh, what did you do on the weekend? Oh, met this great knife. It's called Seethe. He's got some moves.
I am suddenly stabbed in the kidney.
I've never been penetrated like that before, and unless I get to the emergency room, I never will again.
This is not what I meant by from behind.
Yeah, the trick is to just not be aware you are flirting with someone. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Ro. Who's that for? I'm going to assume Jess.
No.
Worked for us.
A lot of inspiration being redeemed today. I mean, Ro's got to use it sometime.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Cool. So, yeah, knife ain't lying. It's blade don't lie.
But blades don't lie.
Did Milo pass any of what they remembered about the bound weapons on when they remembered it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Then he went quiet for a little while, and then just suddenly started fucking blasting on Kiki. It's like, hey, catch this, catch these heads, and then this one.
Gotcha. I think in that case he'll turn and just right now. If you want to talk reward, how am I supposed to believe that you're capable of giving us anything when it seems that right now the most you can do is split yourself in half? And how am I supposed to trust you after you were assumedly sealed in here for committing some sort of crime horrific enough to have your soul stripped from your body?
Also, I think he made me hit Kiki.
It was not I that It was not I that they sealed within. I simply was sealed. That it was Prolicious they wished to lock away.
And so Prolicious is the one that's escaped.
Escaped is not what Prolicious did. Left is more what Prolicious did. I simply gave him the power to do so.
And you could have done that the whole time?
This is the gift I offer you, if you reunite me with my other half.
Who placed
I will
you
give you the power over life and death.
I don't want that.
Who placed you here?
The Knights of Krill. Those few that remain.
They sealed their own leader.
He was dead at the time.
But he didn't stay that way.
Else you would not be here, I suspect.
Indeed. So they sealed him with you, but you gave him the power to leave.
I suspect they knew not what they buried.
They knew not about you? Or about him?
They were concerned, some of his deeds in service of the Emperor Thraxus. They felt were unbecoming.
I think, I don't know what kind of check you'd want for me to make for this, but I'd like to sort of try to feel. Does it feel like he has, I guess for lack of a better term, like access to my head, or is it literally just like a telepathic link wherein I can think to speak to him? Or is it more like he's in my mind and he can like hear what
more
I'm
of a telepathic communication. You, with your successful wisdom save, you managed to shut him out of any sort of access to your higher faculties. He can't read your mind. He can only speak into it, and vice versa.
Right. Well, I think in that case, Kingsley will pull out a piece of cloth from his pack, and I think wrapping his hand in it will place a hand upon the dagger and pull it free from Prolicius's chest. I think he doesn't want to make direct contact with it. That feels dangerous, but he will pull it out.
I'm gonna ready the web spell just in case Prolicius decides he wants to get up and start swinging.
That's some shit. Yeah, no, sensible. You do that. Can you please make me an athletics check?
Yes, I
With all of
can.
your
Take guidance
muscles.
on that.
So my check is a 19, and then I get to add a d4.
More than sufficient.
23.
23. You grasp
roll.
the knife and pull it out. Terrace, you going to sleep tonight? Probably not. Hey, Dash Driscoll, and thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Hadn't planned to, no. Yeah. Terrace, will you have slept by the time we play with you tomorrow? Dash is your son. Ah.
Oh.
Nice to meet you, Dash.
Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you. We love your dad.
Yeah,
True.
one of them. Yeah. The others are fine, I guess. I don't know them.
All of them.
Aaron
A
seems like
friend
a
of
nice guy.
Terrace.
Competition.
Friend of anyone Terrace likes.
Yeah, that's valid. They're probably decent guys.
We,
I've
we
heard
love your
amazing
other.
things.
We love your other parents by proxy. There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, I think having sort of retrieved it will fully wrap it in the piece of cloth. I think before stowing the sort of wrapped piece in his bag, and will think to it just, you can travel with us for now.
If you do that thing where you make me hurt my friends again, I'll probably set you on fire. Kiki, can we do that?
Set a knife on fire? Well, I can certainly
Certainly
detonate
try.
some explosives around it.
We'll do that.
Whether it's capable of burning or being destroyed is really up for debate. Are you
We'll do that.
capable of being destroyed, Seethe?
Asking for a friend.
And
So I
see,
don't accidentally, douse you with holy water or drop you off a cliff.
I would be curious to see.
Well,
Oh, and I believe it goes without saying that if you want our help, no more having us hurt each other. The second you do that, we put you either right back where we found you or somewhere harder to find.
Down a mine shaft.
drop him in the ocean.
I was going to say in my basement, but
He says,
Bag of holding. And in the ocean.
purely a reflex action.
Wait, why do you have reflex actions that make people, blast each other?
I don't believe you still.
yes, no, that is quite the
Lie.
obvious.
You can incite
lie.
that one if you like.
People don't
Skittles,
normally
thank you very
laugh
50.
when they.
I don't think he's people.
Skittles, thanks very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Yes. New viewer
ever-
through good friend.
Hi, Skinner.
Insight check. The insight 15. No, he's not being 100% honest, but he's kind of a little bit. It's just like, sorry, he's not apologizing. He's deliberately not apologizing. I suppose that would be very obvious. But he's
It
also like,
sounds-
I'm not. I know which side my bread is currently buttered on. I'm not going to attack you again.
Yeah, it
Wow.
sounds.
doing
I
what I
probably
want.
shouldn't have done
Yeah.
that.
I was gonna say it sounds less like someone going, "Oh, I didn't mean to," and more so just like, "That's the way I am."
Yeah, pretty much.
My bad,
That's-
bro.
Yeah, and it's like I'm a knife that hurts people. Like that's my whole thing, guy. Yeah.
Sometimes I just wake up and eldritch blast people. Just a thing. Just happens,
Actually, never mind, I understand. That's fair.
See the roof of my room. Yeah.
I think.
Why did I
I'll
want to the
remember to show
landlord?
you a video after stream.
I think
about
that
that.
with that, I think
It's
Kingsley.
not
Is,
about that.
I think Kingsley is going to kind of sever that mental connection as best he can for a moment, and I think out loud to the others will just hold up a finger, and then just Seethe, can you hear me? And just talk purely out loud to see whether Seethe reaches out to respond to him.
Seethe does not respond.
Oh, Okay, surely you heard
The
that.
looks
in
of
his
three
head.
players going like, he just rolled a fucking dice.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, not even that. It was more so, I'm kind of assuming that he can. I was more just wondering, if I ask, is he gonna tell me?
Surely you heard him ask that in his head.
Hmm.
And that's in my head. That's.
I think
telepathic
it's
as well.
quite possible.
So wait, Milo just asked him in his head.
Yeah.
That, hear what?
This.
I can hear
Out loud.
you.
Out loud. This.
What do you mean? You hear in your head.
Kingsley spoke out loud. But you have to think to speak out loud.
Oh, it's like, but he severed the connection first.
Kingsley, did you sever the connection?
Mm-hmm.
Kingsley, you
Never.
can't hear this.
And
Like you can't. Yeah.
I was just answering Milo's
yeah,
question,
yeah,
but
I
we'll
know.
just, mm-hmm.
So you have to be in our heads for us to hear you.
You opened the door. I simply walked through.
That's true. But let me guess. Next
That
time.
sounds like a justification for a whole lot of stuff.
But next time we'll have to open the door again. And if we open the door badly, you'll hurt us.
You agreed to do the thing I asked. Why
Put
would
him
I
at the
hurt
bottom of
my
your pack,
bearers?
Kingsley.
Having already done so, has picked the pack up and put it, like, is re-shouldering it, and will, I think, out loud, quietly to the others, will just in case, be mindful. Choose your words.
See, quick question before I remove you from my brain. Why did he want to leave here? You said you gave him the ability to leave. Do you know why he wanted to leave?
He wanted. Can you make me a persuasion check?
Oh,
Guidance.
thank you.
I'm gonna say you can't.
Oh
because
wait,
you're,
no,
you're
because
not
it's
listening.
telepathic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dirty 20, bitches!
didn't need it.
Go!
Very well. You do that. How to phrase this? He's not gonna lie to you, but I'm trying to decide how to phrase it. What was the question you asked?
I asked why the guy whose name I've forgotten wanted to leave.
Prelicious.
Prelicious wanted
Prelicious,
to leave.
thank you.
It was his time for a triumph. Every 100 years. An anniversary, as it were.
Oh.
Hmm.
Anniversary of what?
His great triumph.
Over.
The last of the rebels.
Right. Where did that happen?
Well, this is the second triumph.
Huh. I'm gonna like cut the knife off and be like, okay, so apparently every 100 years this guy likes to go and triumph over rebels.
Wow.
Milo, do you know if this guy triumph over rebels at any particular place where we might be able to go and intervene?
Do I know?
Yeah, make a history
My
check.
guidance.
And I will. You can guidance yourself. You will also have local knowledge. I will apply your favorite terrain to this.
Alright. And that
Advantage.
is. Is it? Yeah, no, it's not advantage for favored terrain.
Oh, isn't it?
like a +2,
Proficiency
isn't it?
bonus is doubled.
Oh, cool. Expertise.
So it's +4. Oh no, wait 1 second. for proficient skills, so it doesn't matter.
Ah. Add a +2 anyway.
Cool. And that's history, we said?
Yes.
So it's a 12. 10 on the dice, +2, plus 16.
16. There were stories of around 100 years ago an event like this, but 100 years ago the place was a lot less inhabited. And these people don't keep written histories or anything. It's all word of mouth. Things get twisted, and the smaller villages would have just been fucking wiped out, sort of things. People just disappeared and no one knew why. Yeah, but you do remember something of some similar events from probably 100 years ago. They wouldn't have said, "Oh, and that happened exactly 100 years ago." It would have been like, probably 3 or 4 generations back.
Generations.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Milo will relay that and specifically say, we don't know too much about it because the smaller villages were wiped.
Right. One very small other question, given just off of all the ones we've already made. Knowing about the fall of the Eluran Empire, was that within the last 100 years?
Oh, no, 200. The Eluran Empire fell about 200 years ago.
Right. So this is their second anniversary. How nice of them.
When this ship went down, they were in the process of the last throes of falling down.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at least now we have a name.
Few names.
Something. Yes. Perhaps. I know that we weren't going to go see her previously, but I wonder... It's et al., right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder whether this et al., even if they haven't been alive long enough to have seen the previous, might know something about it.
She knows everything.
Well, then maybe she'll know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we go speak with her, see whether she knows anything.
Everything.
Very well.
I do think if we are going to head in that direction, however, I'm going to take a precaution, which is just going to be that if we reach any point where we are getting close to other people, anything any sort of other sentient creature, I will hand the knife still wrapped in cloth to Princely and have Princely kind of fly it maybe 60 feet away, just so that it's sort of out of reach to kind of mess with any of the people we meet with, but still sort of within range, and if anything happens to him to get at it, I'll know.
Very well. Okay.
Clever.
Yes?
Sorry, is Milo the only one with that still has the connection to the knife right now?
I thought Milo had severed his and Kiki was the
No.
only one who was... Alright, Milo does not then. In which case you would have been allowed to guidance Kiki, but yeah, no, fair enough. Milo does still have that connection.
Should I sever it, gang?
I would personally recommend it. I feel like, given we can seemingly talk to it and disconnect ourselves more or less at will, keeping yourself willingly tethered to the evil knife constantly feels like a bad idea.
Particularly if you're going to keep shooting at me.
I only did that twice.
Kiki is holding her back a little bit. It's like, that was for the house.
Sorry. That being said, did we ever ascertain where the second half of him is? Before I severed the connection.
So we don't have a location, but it sounds like it's with Prolicious. I think I did actually ask him, I said, I presume your other half is with him then, and he went, yep. So it sounds like the other half of the dagger is actually probably being held by this spirit of Prolicious.
The question is, will reuniting the two halves make this situation better or worse?
There is only one way to find out, and I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, because now
Kiki
we
say
gotta
that
like
out loud?
manage to send this army back to their graves, but then unleash the awesome power of seas.
Who
On
we can then just
Espinor.
drop down a well.
We will have to see.
Yeah, I'll sever that connection. I'll say,
Okay.
bye, see, then hang up.
Already
I
taken
will
one, Terrace.
slam my flip phone shut.
Yeah, you close the door on Seath, and he says, "No, woman." And the only other thing I would say in here, while you are sort of checking stuff out, Kiki, you can make me a religion check if you like.
Hmm.
19
Nice.
on the dice because
Kiki, as
plus
you are
nothing for that one.
as you are leaving, sort of while Kingsley is sort of taking care to wrap the blade up properly and tightly, Kiki takes one last sweep around and notices, as she runs her hands along the top of one of the sarcophagi, the tips of her claws touch. This one is holding the female knight on it is actually she would have been a strig, and she is holding the statue, the stone carving of her is holding a quarterstaff, quite an elegant quarterstaff with metal inlaid along its length in a sort of vine-like pattern. And as your claws touch the tip of that, you feel a sense of approval.
I'm gonna kind of like mentally reach out towards it, kind of like what we were doing with Seath, and be like, "Hello."
You get no response. It was specifically when you touched the weapon.
I touched the weapon again.
The feeling has not faded when you took your hand away, but when you go bring it back, you get another sort of pulse of it.
Oh, do you want me to take this?
Well, it's a stone carving of a quarterstaff, but...
Without wanting to sound weird, can we crack this one open?
Yeah.
I'm getting a good vibe off it.
Make an athletics check. Kiki, you may well be able to. It's not super hard.
For the
I have a
athletics,
-1 to athletics.
Can I give guidance on that? Milo's very keen to see this happen.
Athletics.
With
And
a
that's a-
D4?
8.
I think if he like, especially
10.
given Kiki specifically asked as well, I think Kingsley will sort of move over and just. What do you mean, good vibes? If there's
I touched it and it approved. It felt like it approved, like it wanted me to have something.
You do have a D4, Karen. Or, someone else could do it.
Kingsley.
I do have a D4. Okay, that's 13.
13 is the number you needed. It's like not an overly hard check. It's just apparently it is. You heave against it as Kingsley, and you're just struggling. And then Kingsley comes over and sort of leans an elbow on it, like looking like, "What are you doing?" And then just that little bit of extra weight is what shifts it. And
Kingsley falls into the sarcophagus.
within is a mummified strig woman clutching the quarterstaff you saw, but this one is a dark wood rod covered in silver vines, literally made of probably platinum.
Do I still feel the approval?
If
feeling?
anything, you feel it better. You feel it stronger.
I would like to touch this stuff.
Touching it, you realize this is a +2 quarterstaff.
Ooh. Is the corpse like holding on to it, or will I be able to just
It's
lift
sort of
it out?
like the hands are resting over it. They didn't bother to wrap the fingers around it. Although, actually, that being said, when bodies do go, sort of the fingers will, as they dry, close around the thing. But it wouldn't be overly difficult to slip it out from between the talons.
Yeah, because I don't want to like have to snap its fingers off to
No, that
get
would
it
be
out.
rude, and it
That would be
probably wouldn't
rude.
approve.
So I would like to gently extract.
You gently
Out
extract a
of-
+2 quarterstaff.
Out of curiosity, looking at the silver vines, and I guess looking at the carving as well, if it's got armor on or anything, could I also try making a religion check to see if I can figure out, does this seem aligned with any one of the, what's the word that
Yep.
I'm looking for?
Amaranthines?
That's the one, amaranthines.
You
Yeah,
certainly
I'd
may.
like to see.
It'd be a religion check, yeah.
Which I am actually proficient with, and that is a dirty 20.
For reasons, this is a follower of Altus.
Hmm.
You would guess them to be probably a cleric, or have been probably a warrior, like warrior priest.
Yeah. Okay.
She's definitely wearing armor, or what would have been. The armor is not usable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kiki's gonna kind of lean down and be like, "Thank you so much. It's beautiful."
Yeah.
And then do a little experimental spin with it. It's like, whoa.
It moves with a very solid. There is a woof woof. Like this is a seriously chunky weapon.
I think we should open them all.
How many were there again?
There are 24. I have in my notes that they probably got one of basically every martial weapon in the monster manual, in the player handbook.
I do think that
So you might be a little discerning about which ones you want to crack.
I think Kingsley will look to Milo and I think crouch down a little and just. I'm generally not one for grave robbing if I can help it.
It's not robbing. I wanted her to have it.
So yeah, exactly. And I think that feeling maybe makes it more acceptable in this case. How about you go around and try touching some of the others, see if any of them give you a feeling.
Milo's gonna play the drums on the sarcophagi. Does anything call to him?
So what weapons does Milo favor? Melee is
Longbows.
the preference. Does he have a melee weapon?
Quarterstaff, dagger, and longbow.
Yeah, it'd be the longbow then.
He's babies.
There is a longbow. One of the others in the far corner. This is an Ellyrian woman. She was rather oddly built. She had very broad shoulders and neck, like quite a thick neck, but quite slender legs.
I was going to say, for a longbow wielder, that would make a lot of sense,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah, no.
Yeah.
This woman, unusually for a knight, she is dressed still in riding leathers and stuff, or like the statue, the carved form, is very much riding leathers, but so a scout rider, but yeah, definitely an archer.
Does Milo get the same feeling?
Roll an insight or
Kiki.
religion check.
Both of them. Oh no, we get a +2 to the insight. Dirty 20.
Filthy 20. Once again, you're sort of going around bum, oh. And you don't even get a chance to do the drumming. Your fingers touch the tip of the bow, and yeah, there is a "this for you" sensation.
He's gonna. Is the sarcophagus open or is it a
No,
sealed
you will
one?
have to open it.
I believe in myself. I'm gonna open this.
Excellent.
Athletics check.
Yes.
So I do actually have a +3 to that because I'm proficient. It's a 10.
It's not enough.
Push.
You got that D4.
Kingsley.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to have the D4?
I mean, if you want, or Kingsley could help, maybe.
Give it a go. 13.
Hey, there it is.
I think
I'm following in
Kingsley's
Karen's
been-
footsteps.
Kingsley has been watching Milo walk around, and then without saying anything, Milo just shoves one of them open, and he's just go, "You found one. One actually."
Your turn.
I think For the purposes of being in character, Kingsley would like to make an insight check against Milo.
Hold on a second. The stream has gone very wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows?
Oh my god, ye olde Doctor Who reference.
It does, yeah.
Oh God, it is a ye olde Doctor Who
I know, and I
reference
hate
now.
that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
No,
Do you ever quote a
Tennant was
movie and then
Doctor,
realise
like,
it
5
got
years ago,
released
tops.
in like 1999?
No, that's when I was born.
I was gonna say that's
Don't like
Just to
that.
make it worse.
Oh no, Jess. Oh dear. Don't care for that fact at all.
Just to make you more upset.
I'm 38 next month.
What happened to my youth?
But yeah, I think Kingsley will make an insight check on Milo, because I think there is a part of him that genuinely wonders whether Milo just also really wants a weapon and is making it up.
It's like,
What do I
screw the
roll
dead. I
against
want cool
that?
I
shit.
rolled a 13.
What do I even roll against that?
I
don't
it's
think I
just
do.
that Milo's not being deceptive, so
No, not at all.
A 13 would be I think you're not 100% sure, but you think Milo's being legit. I
I think
Milo
he shakes his
is
head a
not
little in
liar.
disbelief. Yeah, he shakes his head a little in disbelief.
He's not a good liar.
If anything, there might be a little bit of confirmation bias, a little bit of like, I want this to be the case, like placebo. But yeah, Milo hoiks out an unstrung metal longbow, in the style of the Eluran Empire. It was a recurve bow designed for use on the back of a horse, but to retain the power. This uses the stats of the longbow, but for the fact that it has a shorter range. The range is that of a heavy crossbow. So 400, I think, being the maximum rather than 600. It's 100 to
That's
400.
fair. Yeah, that's totally fair.
But in all other regards, it does the damage of a longbow. It is a +2 recurve bow.
Cool. Thank
Peak is
you.
going to be like, Kingsley, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but you
Do
might
it.
touch some of these.
I think Kingsley will
You get all
actually
warm and happy.
will hold a sort of a claw up to that, and I appreciate the thought, but I'm already leaving this tomb with one weapon of dubious standing. That's probably enough. And if I
least
want
see if it
warm and happy, I'll
happens.
visit the tavern when we get home.
Well, at least see if it happens. You don't have to take the weapon.
Yeah, I think just for the sake of interest, he'll go around and do it,
Touch
but I
the
will say
sarcophagi.
he'll go
Touch it.
around and touch them, but I don't think any of them would necessarily resonate
hope
with
it's
him,
an instrument.
because he normally only has one weapon on him, which is his quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Aside from a small dagger, which he actually gave to Jones and sent away, and he is walking out with Seed as well. So I think he,
Yeah.
unless there's some sort of divine signal or something, he's probably just walks around, touches them all, and then will just. Not for me, it seems.
You don't. You can make the religion check. Actually, please make the religion check. Or insight if yours is better.
My religion and insight are identical. So it's a 14.
14. You, as you sort of trail your fingers along, you feel the sensation not from your fingertips, but from deep within you. A sensation that you know you need nothing else.
Mm-hmm. I think, Kingsley will actually look at the bow that Milo is holding and kind of just mentally thinks to himself something along the lines of already having one.
Yeah.
And then we'll just shrug, looking at them, and not for me, it seems.
You didn't get the feeling?
No.
Oh.
There is, Tony, in reference to what you've said, there was a fantastic book by Anne McCaffrey called To Ride Pegasus, which is the first of the Talents of Earth series, and it is set in the year, I want to say, 2001. It was written in the late 70s, early 80s, and It was set in the city, the bustling metropolis of Jerhattan, where Jersey and Manhattan had grown so large that they had sort of merged together with an enormous population so great that all 14 million couldn't live in one tiny, tiny, tiny space like Manhattan, so they had to sort of merge the two big places. And
Ain't that just Sydney?
and it's everybody drives flying cars, like helicopter cars. It's like helicopters, but everyone has, like, those who can afford one have a flying car. It's like anybody who can afford a vehicle has a flying car. In meals in pill form, all of that. Genuinely charming.
So you've just reminded me of the existence of Megachusetts, so I thank you for reminding me.
Oh my god, fucking me.
It's just an edited map of America where Massachusetts has been changed to a thin strip that spans the entire width of the US.
Yeah.
I love how some authors go to the trouble of merging cities together, and then the Judge Dredd comics are just like, Mega City 1. Fucking deal with it.
So right.
Yeah.
Like
so
that
big it
time on
doesn't need a
Wikipedia where someone edited the size of Texas on the American map to be slightly bigger every few weeks, and it didn't get caught for a while.
It is excellent.
Caffrey was a
but
gem, yes. She was indeed.
But yeah, I think that Kingsley will just shrug. And I think, unless anyone else has anything in particular that they wanted to do, we'll start to leave.
Very well. You do that. Cool.
Just to be clear, I've closed the sarcophagus again.
Yeah.
I haven't left it just
yeah,
sitting
same.
Milo has
like
left
that.
all 8 open.
It feels like a bit, I feel like that would be a bit of a
Closed
dick
it.
move, you know?
So,
He
Milo,
closed
you're
it.
going to
He
have
has a lot
to
of respect.
scrounge the bowstring from your bow.
Yeah, absolutely.
To
I
string
will,
this one, but
I will ask if we
you
have a
should never
moment to
leave a
restring
string.
it.
Yeah, you should never leave a bow strung anyway, so your
No.
bow is probably not strung, or actually it probably is right now.
Yeah, because I just... Yeah.
You've been
but-
using it recently, but yeah, when you take a
He
short
will
rest, you probably
actually-
take the string off.
He might actually ask if we could take a short rest in here so he can restring this bow to be able to, I guess, show its owner before he leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Cute.
That would be a valid use of your time, actually, because because Kiki probably needs a little bit of time to get accustomed to the new weight of her actual decent weapon. This is the thing with high-level characters that have only just started playing; they don't have gear.
I will say I think that Kingsley is dubious of it, but particularly I think in light of the reaction he got from that feeling that sort of came from inside him when he was sort of looking at all of the sarcophagi. I don't know if it's something that is doable in its current state, but I do think that he would probably sort of sit and I guess almost meditate and pray in a way, just silently, but to his amaranthine. For guidance, and mechanically, if he can, I might see if over the short rest I can attune to seethe.
Huh?
You
sure you
can.
want to do that, buddy?
No,
So-
but that's why I'm praying to my god first.
Good call. All right. Yeah.
And you're like, no!
Of my god that you all don't know that I have.
Don't know that because it's not a god. It's a basically okay.
I know what it is.
Hashtag spoilers.
I mean, you do know what it is, but Milo and Kiki don't. And it's not a kind of it is a god, but it's not that kind of relationship. So have a short rest. And we will have a little bracelet, and I will think about this for a
Figure
second.
out what to do.
We're gonna come back to Milo beating the shit out of Kingsley.
I've already decided what to do. It's all good. I just need to figure out exactly how to make it play out narratively. So, we'll have a short little breaklet, be back in 5 to 10. Do all those fun things, dehydrate, rehydrate, all those business. See you in a minute. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Right, so we're back. We're doing the thing. Let's do the thing.
Yeah.
So you are about to leave. You're leaving, going out back
Short
into-
rest first.
You do have a short rest. That's right. That's what we need to do. So you guys had a short rest. Kingsley had a little bit of a meditation. And Kingsley, make me a... what check would you make to commune with your... not patron?
Your bardic benefactor.
Your bardic benefactor.
Your
that's
sponsor.
a really
Yes,
good
sponsor.
question.
Patron.
Because I think to just like interact with them generally, it would be something charisma.
Yeah,
But if he was
probably.
specifically trying to like get their attention or sort of reach out to them in that way, like not when he's just already talking to them, but if he's like trying to actively gain communion with them, probably performance.
I would say religion with your charisma modifier.
That works.
Make me a religion charisma check.
So in that case, this is going to be a plus. So the religion's a +4, but I'm going to add a further +4 to this. So it'll be a +8. I will burn my inspiration on this because I want a better roll if I can get it.
I would like a good answer to this question.
I cannot. That is worse.
You got a 15.
It's a total of 15.
Yeah.
Did you burn your D4?
He doesn't have one. He was the one that didn't. Everyone's been being very generous to the
Can I donate mine?
No, you're playing in the game, really. I don't normally allow it if you're actively
Oh, true.
playing.
Oh no, I meant like the one that I do have.
I'm pretty sure you spent it. You spent it making wisdom saves.
Probably.
Oh no, you didn't. You spent it knocking open a sarcophagus.
I did. You're right.
I took
it was
it off the
inspiration that I
yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't
have-
cross it out for the first time because I've got
have
I've got
no
2
good-
crossed out.
And I'm
just
just thought a lot of
looking.
the audience is out of doubloons. There's been some very generous folks in chat today.
Yes,
15 is enough to commune with your patron, who we shall
excellent.
not name. However,
Patron of the arts. Yes.
yes, very much.
A rich
so basically,
person that sends you money on the reg.
the
Except
main,
God, I want one of
the
those.
main- yeah, gosh, that would be great. If there is any out there, anyone happen to
Oh, yeah,
rich
if you're
person.
offering.
know any?
And would like to...
Twiggy, hit
Don't-
me up, buddy.
Patronizes.
Yeah.
I'd love
so-
that.
It's like, I want you to patronize me. Okay, if you give me money, you're allowed to patronize me regularly.
I was like, no, little man, I won't do that. I was like, that's patronizing. It's just not nice.
This is not the kind I want.
So Kingsley, you feel basically you do not hear your patron's name, your patron's voice. They do not really deign to speak to you on this one. You actually get a somewhat grumpy response, almost, saying, and basically it runs towards the, if you want a different patron, do that.
I think as soon as he hears it, the wrapping immediately, like he just reaches over and begins to wrap it back up and ties it tight before handing it to Princely again. And I think just does the mental equivalent of shaking your head. Just, nope.
Sorry.
I don't think he's apologizing at all. I don't think there are any sorry vibes, actually. I think it's more so just in the way of he's like, what if I did this? And as soon as he gets
Super
the
don't do that,
vibe
bro.
of
Super
like,
don't do that.
yeah, as soon as he gets the vibe of like, this is upsetting to me, he's just like, oh, nope, never mind, we're good. And just wraps it up, gives
Yeah.
it back to Princely.
You do get a slightly, I don't want to use the word snarky, but it is sort of, miffed female vibes is what you're getting. Sort of, Sort of, I told you not to do that and you did it, you silly man. That sort of energy.
I
It's decaf
I think
coffee,
particularly knowing who it is and the things that they value, I think he almost gives back the equivalent of like a mental kind of like, you love it. As he wraps it back up and hands it to his familiar to carry.
Insight check.
Bet.
Love a brat.
Terraced decaf coffee.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, angry teacher librarian. Yeah, I think, Tony, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, you get a chuckle.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Kingsley just like unwrapped it, stared at it for a while, made as if to reach out, and then just kind of thinks better, wraps it back up, and then is just broadly grinning to himself while the remainder of the rest finishes, and I think just starts sort of humming as he sort of sets about packing all his things back up.
So, yeah, anybody rolling some hit dice?
I'm still at full HP.
That was targeted directly at Karen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I should do that.
There is a bard here, so technically you get to roll an extra d6 if you're rolling a hit dice.
If you roll at least one die, yeah, roll an extra d6.
Will it do?
I think it was more the sort of
nice, you got a d8.
an 8 plus a 6. It was more the sort of the energy of a swat across the nose with a rolled up newspaper.
Yeah.
Now I can't not think of Edna Mode. The pull yourself together.
Yes.
Yep.
That's 14.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much how much she lost, right?
Hey.
With your when you add in your con mod, it would be, I think. How much she lost.
Yeah, d8 plus. So, also, yeah, because what is your con mod?
Plus 1 or more.
Plus 2.
Kiki.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
I
then...
was pretty sure that I gave you a good berry,
18.
so
And there was a good berry.
yeah. So it was you needed exactly 14.
Yeah, we're all good
There you
now.
go. Done. Good.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Back at full.
I like to think Kiki cracks her back and is like, "Oh, that's better."
You attune to the weapons that don't really need attuning, but you familiarize yourself with your new weapons. You super don't attune to one of them, and
But yeah, Milo restrings the bow and then specifically goes over and shows the
dead guy.
the lady that gave it, that bequeathed it bequeathed it unto him, gave it to him.
yeah, bequeathed is a good
Here we
word.
go.
Yeah, you did that.
To him.
How
And then I'll
do-
shut her sarcophagus.
Yeah, and then you. Okay, so look at thanks. Bye. Shove.
No, like
Small
look,
arm comes with
rest
it.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
I do think that as he's finishing his pack up, while he still has his patron's attention, I think we'll sort of mentally again sort of send a message outwards to it, basically just sort of saying, in light of what you've told me, I may call upon you again soon. Once I find the other half of this thing, I think that it might best be dealt with.
I'm gonna use that 20 from before that you rolled to have a sort of a slight communion with her. This would be back in the middle of the conversation, back in the middle of the rest. She says, "Destroy."
And I think actually out loud this time, just quietly to himself, just said, "That's the plan." As he kind of hums and goes about packing his things up.
You hear, actually, she would say, "Proletius was a good man. That thing."
He'll nod. I actually maybe have an idea for that. So we'll see about that when we get to it.
Yeah. How do you leave? You have to cross back over the bridge.
I presume we just walk across and we
You
just
do.
I'm
keep
gonna run.
walking.
La 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 la.
Milo trots across. Kingsley very confidently just strides and nothing bad happens.
Actually, Kingsley just kind of strolls across, and I think is actually half hoping for one to pop up, just so that he can wave to himself again.
Yeah, you do. As you go, so Milo and Kiki sort of, and
Yeah,
Kingsley just
starts
sort of,
strolling and then phew, phew, either side of him.
Candy Mountain. Kingsley just strolls across, and as on either side of the bridges, as Milo and Kiki are going, explosions, fireworks, that sort of thing, and Kingsley just strolls. And there are two identical copies of him walking very casually, while the Milo and the Kiki on the other sides explode and die.
Yeah, I think he'll wave to one, blow a kiss to another, and then exit the bridge.
You do that.
He's having a great time.
Yeah.
This man has main character syndrome so bad.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kingsley very much does.
Um,
For reasons.
Leaving the mausoleum, which Kingsley does have to get a little grubby to do, and then immediately prestidigitates himself.
Oh
clean.
yeah. The whole time just.
Because you didn't open the door, you tunneled under it. And I say tunnel, I mean Milo tunneled under it. Leaving the mausoleum, you find the mists have risen and closed around the gravesite. The sky is blotted out, and the landscape seems much changed. You can't even make out the road you came in on. In the distance, you can hear the cries of battle, the crackling of homes burning, and the weeping of women lamenting their losses.
Okay.
Through the trees, shadows shift and waver, the nearest trunks backlit starkly by the flames beyond them. Figures rush between them, obscured in the fog. What do you do?
I could be wrong, but I imagine, given everything we've heard and seen, this might be a memory, or at least our senses might be being deceived.
Is there a way to check if this is an illusion or if this is real?
I think we have to treat it as real for now.
The world has actively changed. Hey, Phoenix. Hello, fellow Humblewood DM. If you want some more Humblewood, ladies and gents and non-binary folks, I would heartily endorse then heading over to Phoenixy Wacky, who premiered his new Humblewood campaign, I think yesterday or the day before. Super cool, buddy. Yeah, I hope it went very, very well. And it's a good name as well. It was a good title. I liked the name of it. I cannot now recall what it was, but it was an excellent one. It was... it's in my Discord somewhere. I want to say it. I want to find it. Here we go. Hang on a second. Announcements. It was Trial by Fire. Yes. Good title. There you are. Yes. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, John. Have a lovely watch. We are not in the Humblewood. We are in Espinora, down in the Tangle Wilds, in the southern end. Indeed, I can actually show you where we are because Humblewood Tales arrived.
Ooh,
This
that
is a
looks
little
sick.
box, and in it, among other things, is a map. It's a cloth map of the
that's
world
cool.
of the Everden.
Oh, I love that.
So Humblewood is all the way
Where
up
are we?
here. The Humblewood is here on this half of the map. This is the Humblewood up here.
Yeah.
And then you sort of go down the coastline here, and the Tangle Wilds are all the way down here at the bottom. So
wow,
Humblewood
that's
there.
so far
other side of the
Wilds,
continent.
Like, Espinora, I always imagined was about there. That isthmus,
Oh.
that little narrow bit there.
makes sense.
I need Karen saw it and was like, it's the stuff. It's all silky and soft. It's lovely, and we need to get it framed really. But neat because I can show people where stuff is, and there's so many pretty things in it, including some very, very nice dice. Pretty click clacks, and it's not just a set of polyhedrals. This is a full what you need to play D&D. There are 2 D20s and 4 D6s, so you can roll stats. The right amount of
very
dice.
I love that.
Yeah, and there was a. This is the DM screen.
Oh, that
Humblewood
looks sick.
official
Oh.
DM screen. Very, very
That's
pretty
excellent.
thing. It's got a picture of the older heart on the inside, so you
Oh,
can.
cool.
That's
That's
the
dope.
older heart. which is amazing. And it's got useful things like name generators for Humblewood in it, and the calendar, the Humble Scratch cipher, quick NPC names. Yeah. So I didn't know this. Yeah. The currency, a gold coin, is an acorn, an Allah. The silver is a griff, and the copper is a darn. Things like that. Neat little. Oh my god. Yeah. It's very, very exciting things. All the maps and everything for all the adventures, and a little book of art. All in black and white, so you can colour it in.
Colouring in.
That's it.
Oh, that might sell me on. Okay.
All it took was the
handy,
colouring book.
Yeah. But
There's
that's
something about a good colouring book as an
stuffed
adult
toy
that's just
of
tantalising.
Griffin. And I kind of
That one in
imagine
particular.
that Lazarus had stuffed toys made and marketed of all of his adventuring band. Lazarus being Nevermore's dad. And that's kind of where they made the bulk of their money, was selling, like, merch.
That's great.
Merchandising.
Merchandising. All right, so, yeah, you go outside and you find yourselves in a, pretty much, it sounds like a village right over there, right over yonder. There's trouble over yonder. I said the thing. And yeah, you can hear people actively being murdered right now.
Right,
All right.
may I
Well,
do something? It's okay. I'm gonna spend an action, to expend one of my spell slots. 1 minute per level of spell slot. I'll just do a one first level spell slot. Sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or up to
That
6
is
miles of me.
within 6
If you
miles.
are in your favorite, if you're in your favorite terrain, which I am, won't
I've
tell
always
me.
found that to be not very useful, because if you're in your favorite terrain, it gives you less specific information.
It won't tell me, but it won't tell me anyway where they are or how
This is
many.
the thing.
But it will tell me which one it is.
Yeah, oh, you know what you find, but if it's within 6 miles, that's not
Yeah.
helpful. You would kind
No,
of
you're
want it.
right.
It was like, if it's within, and this is why
This
I
is
flavor it
a-
differently.
This
if
is
you're
a
in your favorite
certified
domain-
find traps moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in your favored terrain, I say I would say rather than extended range, you actually get more detail on where.
like
That
that a
would
bit
make
more.
fucking sense and actually be useful, and more useful than not being in your favorite terrain.
I actually like that a lot more.
There are, so what was it again? Beasts? Was beasts on the list?
All right. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or
fiends, and
undead.
Right, there
However,
are.
beasts are
Not on
one
the
of my
list.
favorite enemies.
All right. You can assume there would be any number of beasts within 6 miles of you. Indeed, within 300 feet, there are loads. Undead, there is 25.
I assume that they're the ones that are in the.
Yeah, and you get the general feeling that all of them are in the direction of the screaming.
All right, they're coming back, boys.
All right. I think we'd best make our way to the village. Even if this is an illusion, we're clearly not safe, and standing right in front of their home territory feels
Bad. Very bad.
So
Agreed.
the opposite direction to the screams.
No, I think he's actually saying towards.
Okay, that village.
But perhaps we just get off the path, make sure that if they are marching past us, they don't walk through us.
There is no path. It's really a stand of trees separates the graveyard you are in from this village that definitely wasn't there before, that is actively being looted and pillaged right now.
Well, I mean, that works.
I guess
Moving-
we'll just head
Wasn't there
for the
before.
sounds of death and destruction.
Do you head on the quiet like?
Kiki is stealthily.
Do you guys
Maybe?
want me to send someone in to take a look?
Up to you.
Or do you just want to go, like, out of character? I'm happy to either send someone in to look, or we can go.
I
I
would
just don't know what
go.
to be.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I reckon.
Cool.
You can
We're
just go.
probably not going to be murdered instantly.
I 17
Likely.
to run stealthily twixt the trees.
Kiki runs pretty stealthily twixt the trees.
No, 21.
Milo
I'm
gets a
consistent
21.
at least.
Kingsley with his +2 gets a 5, averaging out because I'm nice like that, and that's what would do. We still get around about a 15. It's not too bad. However, it would certainly seem that none of these people recognize you or acknowledge your presence at all while you're hiding, which is good. Kind of what you want, because you're hiding. Moving through the gloom, you come upon the site of a battle. The spectral figures of the Knights of Krill are putting a village to sword. The inhabitants are a mixture of various folk, though few Ellerons are evident, and none are really putting up a fight. Knights mounted on pachycephalosaurs are charging about, wielding torches, while those on foot chase down villagers. Can you please make me perception or history? They will notice the same things. The perception is a little harder.
I'll go for history. I've been on a history kick.
I'm going
+7 on that perception check, and I didn't get a goddamn 10.
I clicked the wrong stat, but I got a nat 1, so it won't matter.
Yeah, wow, that's a whole bunch of nothing.
Yep.
Oopsie.
Kiki has an inspiration, so does Milo.
You know what? I think it's the moment, guys. Let's be
All right.
inspired. 26 each.
Yes.
There it is.
Let's go.
Okay. Kiki. The clothing and style of these buildings are wrong for this era. Most of those who live out this far are Tilia, and none would have been dressed in this way. Colourful patterns and flowing robes all speak of outdated fashion, while the buildings are actually that. Some 2 or 3 stories high, built of stone and wood. Just, you wouldn't see that out here. Flickering though the light is, it seems to also flicker through people. You would guess these are all illusion. The fires, the villagers, and the buildings all.
Guys,
The only thing that really seem legit are the knights, who are ghostly forms. They're not flesh and blood moving around. They're not illusions like the villagers. The knights are riding around on their ghostly pachycephalosaurs, cutting people down and doing the murdering, but they're not really.
But it seems like they are real. It's just that the atrocity that they're committing is fictionalized in this case.
Apparently.
Interesting.
I don't think this is real. I think they're all, like, except for the main guys, these are all ghosts or illusions or something. They're not real. This isn't really happening. I assume it happened in the past.
I think we can see the ghosts here. I know that you said that the buildings here look wrong for this place. It's still like a small village, right?
No.
Oh,
It's quite
this
a
is a big
sizable
city.
place. Not a city, but it's a decent sized
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
The architecture is similar, though distinct from Espinora.
Okay.
Like
I'd be willing
old-fashioned
to-
/ related design aesthetic, but not exactly the same.
And these guys appear to be running down villages.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are putting this place to the torch. No one is escaping.
This.
Any sign of our main man, possibly with half a
A knife.
knife sticking out of him, maybe?
Kiki, make a perception check.
Watch
You're
me
gonna
flub
look
this
for
one
that?
too. Come on. Boom bam, 9.
Unlucky.
Very
I do
impressive.
have something that I can try for this,
From where
but
you
I'm happy
stand,
to.
you cannot make him out. You're quite small. There's a lot of buildings and stuff. Yeah. Any others are welcome to try as well. If Kiki says,
Have a crack. I'll be like,
Yes.
I can't see the other half of Seethe.
Okay, one moment. And I think that Kingsley is going
Milo?
to.
I can.
that's a valid
Sorry,
point.
honey.
You can also sense
Oh,
a fiend. I do apologize. You can sense a fiend.
In 2 parts, perchance?
You can sense one fiend. Yeah, it's
Torn
one fiend,
asunder.
but it's sort of spread out over a weirdly large area. And yeah, the other half is sort of lending you in a particular direction. If you made the perception check, you would have advantage.
I got an 18 on the first.
Got an 18, however.
Yeah, take the 18. 5.
Silhouetted.
Sorry, honey.
Against the forest. Standing on the far side, looking down over this, is an Ellyrian knight on a ghostly hadrosaur. Armored in shimmering raiment, his blade across his lap sits Prolicious, observing his knights as they repeat their final battle. And as you see him, his gaze locks upon you. He raises his huge greatsword, and the point comes down directly towards you.
Just to be... Actually, sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, I will draw my, well, I guess the bow of one of his soldiers and level it at him.
Yeah.
And Zach, sorry. Oh.
No, you're fine. As this is happening, I do think that, Kingsley, I think, begins to sort of mutter to himself, and some of that familiar golden energy coalesces around his hand, before this time it manifests into a small disc on the back of his hand, and it kind of flashes for a moment before a bunch of the gold disappears, leaving sort of outlines and arrows and things sort of pointing in different directions, as a small compass appears on the back of his hand, and I would like to cast Locate Object, looking for the other half of the knife.
Yeah, it's right up on that hill looking down at you.
I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't you killed the Lich, but he hit his phylactery.
Yeah.
Good man.
Fair enough.
And as Milo draws the bow and says, "Found it."
Yeah, Kingsley goes, "It's right over," and Milo goes, "There."
Oh!
And Kiki goes, "Oh, I should have looked up, hey."
That's
he
right.
raises
Some
that
people
blade
exist above
high.
me.
He has seen this battle hundreds of times before, and yours are the only new faces in it. He raises the blade high and points it at you. Please roll me initiative. He is about 70 feet away from you, and he looks like he means to shorten that distance quite significantly, relatively quickly.
His,
That is an
horse.
11.
Lifespan. An 11, a 9, and a 14. That means Prolicious goes first with a 15 on the dice. Good. He gets a 17. 17 from Pro. Then it's Milo, Kiki, Kingsley. Kingsley. So, first up, Grandmaster Prolicious is going to... Yes, the Hadrosaur mount begins to pound towards you. Well, the battle music. Where's mid-battle music?
It's like, Gasson, battle music, please.
It really is like that, but yes, I've said I want a specific thing, and I cannot, for the life of me, now find the blasted. Oh, that's because, there it is. I wasn't scrolled all the way up to the top. Yes, this huge dinosaur mount, it is an iguanodon. The thumbs... the bony thumbs coming straight at you. Its movement speed is 50 feet, so it is going to use... it is going to use its action to get to you. However, whilst the dinosaur uses its action to get to you, Prolicious has a couple of things that he can do. Indeed, he does one of them before he gets to you. I am going to make a... where are you? How are you arranged? Like, is one of you a little bit ahead, a little bit behind, or are you kind of in a line?
I feel like...
I imagine?
Yeah, like, I'd like to say that Milo was behind, but I don't think he is.
I feel like we were kind of all just clustered together. We weren't necessarily battle ready yet.
I think, more of a line.
I think we put Kingsley in the middle, though. We put the big boy in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
I think Kiki would be out to one side and maybe a little bit ahead, and Milo is a little bit behind in the triangle.
Kind
so
of.
Milo is going to cop a casting of Deathly Grasp, which is Chill
I'm gonna
Touch.
kill
He is
this
going
man
to
myself.
Chill Touch you. So he's going to make
Don't.
Don't touch me.
a 25 to hit.
That does hit.
Does indeed, I imagine. Yeah. For 2d8 necrotic damage.
Ow, owie.
12 points of necrotic damage, and you
Ooh,
can't regain hit points until Relicious' next turn. Then he
okay.
brings his blade up, and I'm going to choose between Kingsley and Kiki. Karen, pick highs or lows.
Highs.
Indeed it was. It will be Kiki.
You mean I wanted to fuck that one up?
It was really just to decide who got it. I'm sorry.
Never win those unless it's to hurt myself.
So he brings up his withering blade, and let's see how badly he does. Another 25 to hit. Probably does.
It'll hit.
Yeah. Here we go. Do I have another D8? Surely I do. There it is. Alrighty. Kiki, you cop 27 necrotic damage. And must please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Cool beans. Give me a sec. I'm just taking off all those hit points.
As this giant.
Sorry, what was it? A wisdom
greatsword-
saving throw?
Wisdom save.
10.
You are terrified of this thing. With valid reason.
I think with valid reasons, yeah.
The
It's a little
Hadrosaur
intimidating.
swings its head and claws. It is absolutely going to be upon you next turn, but it has used its actions to get close to you. That means it's Milo's turn. Milo, you are 10 feet away from this guy, no more.
That's okay. Surely nothing will go wrong when I do this. So Milo is going to cop that hit like to the chin. He's going to look around and see what these guys are doing to the little town around them. Look at this guy. He's got a fiend stuck in his chest. And he's obviously been the one destroying and hurting Milo's friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Milo's going to stand up and pretty much start to almost shake. Because, as we all know, his swarm is within his... Are they spines?
Spines.
Yeah. What you don't expect is the amount. As I'm going to cast Conjure Animals, and 8 swarms of rats are going to almost, like, flood from... Yeah, Milo.
That's a lot of
way
rats,
so
and I
much.
respect it.
So, yeah, it's 8 swarms, because they are... a swarm of rats is CR 1/4.
Cool. 8 swarms of rats emerge from Milo's spines. It's like a clown car. Like, you can't imagine how he fits so many in there. Like, 4 or 5, you go like, sure enough, like 1 swarm. But how did you get 8 swarms in there?
They just keep fucking going.
Yeah. It's just like, oh god.
I
Oh god,
need
I hugged that
rats.
guy. Ah!
How many rats were there?
So...
How many rats must a
they get their
man-
own initiative,
Yep.
but they all act at once.
Great.
So, I'll roll initiative for them. It's going to be 18 plus dex, so it's just a flat 18.
Flat 18. They will go after
Up and
everybody else, but
around.
before Prolicious.
Yes. That was my action.
Rats.
Bonus action, I'm going to hunt as... No, wait, that's another spell. God damn.
Unlucky.
Fine, I'm going to
Catch.
start hovering. 5 feet in the air. Wait, how
Have you
how
still
hard did you
got
say it
more?
was? I've got
he
4
is.
of those.
He's probably. I was like, how have you still got more people inside you? Because your swarm is shortly out by now. No, I know
yeah.
they're not, but
No, that
he
wasn't
is-
even my swarm. As a whole
I
bunch
want-
of locusts just enveloped.
I want to be
my
clear. He is. The Hadrosaur is a large. He is technically the whole thing is one creature, size class huge. So he can reach 20 feet in the air without any real difficulty.
Okay, so I can just float 10 feet up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd
Just
be
10 feet
so
away.
I'd be
and-
eye to eye with this guy now, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I'm closing in on it.
naval. You'd certainly eye to eye
I'd
with his
naval.
mount.
I look at this fucking stabby thumb guy and I just go, no, I don't think Milo has fingers. No, he does, because he has to draw a bow.
Get an arrow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, true.
Muck time, Star Trek Plus.
Alright, that is all I can do right now.
Very well. You have created potential allies. Kiki,
I've created
what
a
do you
problem.
do? You are the problem.
Okay. I think... So he's how far away now?
He's up in you. He is melee range to you.
Okay. Because I was going to range attack him, but I figure that that's kind of not ideal. Oh,
you
hang
could
on.
bounce out.
Yeah, I could disengage.
You are all welcome to make a perception check as well. Sorry, I should have said this at the outset. Kiki and Milo would both have advantage. Sorry, Kingsley and Milo would have advantage.
9.
With advantage, 21.
21,
With advantage, 19.
19. That dagger you're looking for is sticking out of this ghost's chest. It's the only physical thing about him, though the blade feels awfully physical when it hits Kiki. Kiki, yeah, what do you do?
I am going to cast Burning Hands on the terrifying
Oh yeah.
thing before me. Frightened means I can't approach, right?
Yeah, you can't get any closer, but you can't get any closer to him, really.
No, he's right up in my George Foreman. I'm going to Burning Hands. He
Yep.
needs to pass a dex save of 15 to
Dex
dodge it.
15. I got a 14.
He does not dodge.
Turns out the Hadrosaur isn't that dexterous.
You take 11 points of fiery damage.
11 fire
and
damage.
anything on him that is flammable is now on fire.
He's kind of a ghost, my love. Not super flammable.
Look, it was just in case he was carrying a flammable thingy.
Yep. Very well. He takes some damage. It doesn't appear to do too much to him.
Okay,
And what does it look like? Please describe this.
basically, Kiki, like,
Don't you do
Pulse
like a
is-
melee attack and then it happens? Isn't it part
that's
of
a
a
searing
melee
arc
attack?
strike,
Ah, my
not
bad.
Burning Hands.
Very well. I
Oh,
could've-
no, it says Burning Hands there, so maybe
I
I
think
can do
Searing
this one.
Strike is how you cast Burning Hands
Yeah, yeah.
as a monk because you don't have spell slots normally.
Yeah. So you still make the melee
Searing
attack
arc strike,
as well,
yeah.
which I
Hang on,
recommend
hang on.
doing if you're wanting to hurt him.
Immediately after taking to cast a bit. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. I would like to hit him with my quarterstaff, and then.
Yeah. Make a melee attack with your +2 quarterstaff.
You'll be able to make 2 actually because of extra attack.
Yeah.
And then use your bonus for the 4.
Dirty 20.
Does hit.
Nice. Big.
7, because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, look.
Then extra attack. See if I can hit him again.
Nope.
13.
No.
Nope. But then I will burn
Searing
2 key
arc
points
strike.
to
Yep.
cast
Yep.
Burning Hands and shoot like it looks like a small geyser of firework. Kind of like that time the fireworks display all got set off at once.
Yeah.
By accident. That
At the quayside when
directed. yeah.
Volo wasn't there. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. You do that. Do you use your bonus action to attack him again with your offhand?
Oh, your bonus was your
Or is it
Searing Smite,
Is that
right?
Searing Arc Strike? Okay.
Yeah.
Very well then. In which case, that's probably, unless you want to run away, that's probably Kiki.
If I run away, he gets to hit me.
That is true. All right, then it's Kingsley probably.
I'm just
Okay.
hoping that I'm not going to be the target of his ire on the next round.
I mean, you did just hurt him a bunch.
Yeah, but
okay.
maybe.
I think okay, so Kingsley I think stands like taller. I think the feathers on his back sort of start to ruffle themselves a little bit before I think the red from the wattle underneath his chin begins to bleed down the front of his feathers, and you see all of them turn red with black streaks through it. His comb on the top becomes gold, and a thin streak of gold covers the top of his head down his back, similar to a golden pheasant, if you've ever seen one of those, as I think he completes this kind of transformation, opens his eyes, smiles, and looks directly to the dinosaur, because we've established that with my animal speaking abilities I can talk to them and they can understand me, and is going to use Mantle of Majesty to cast Command as a bonus action, targeting the dinosaur, and is just going to look at it and, again, smirking, will just buck.
Ooh. So the dinosaur makes a save?
Yep.
What manner of save do I make?
It's a wisdom save.
Alright. Okay. What do I need? I got a 15.
My spell save DC is a 16.
I might burn my DM's inspiration, chat. I might just do that. Oh, nat 20! That's unfortunate.
Curses.
God damn it.
Alright,
Thanks whoever gave me that. I think it might have been Terrace.
Terrace?
I'm killing Leighton tomorrow. But no, I think...
That was very good, though. Do that again. Yeah.
Oh, I can, because the great thing about Mantle of Majesty is you do it as a bonus action, and then for the next minute, you can do that as a bonus action every turn.
Oh, is it a concentration thing, or is it... No, it's a feature, isn't it? So it's not your... Yeah, amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, it is a concentration effect, actually, yes.
All right.
Shame,
well,
but that's
it's
okay.
your turn to get smacked in a minute.
That
anyway.
said, I still have my action up,
Okay.
and I can't do a whole lot, but what I can do is I think I can't do another spell because I'm technically casting one with Command, even though I'm not using a spell slot, but what I could do... Actually, yeah, you know what? Looking towards them again, they're both within... Like, the dinosaur is within 10 feet of me, right?
Yeah, they are next to you. It was you
I can
one
hit
of the
both
options.
of them in a 10-foot cube then, as I think he's going to... I think when he realizes that the intended trick hasn't worked, his brow furrows, and I think in a similar fashion to the peacock feathers appearing previously, a sort of backing of feathers emerges once again, but these ones, rather than a complete fan, maybe only 5 kind of evenly spaced red and black feathers that curl up and over almost like scorpion tails towards it. I'm going to use Fey Presence using my action. Both of them need to make a wisdom save or become frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
I'm really sorry, Zach, and I'm gonna let you take this. I'm not gonna. I'm still gonna have spent my DM's inspiration. It's immune to Charmed and Frightened and a whole bunch of other things because it's an undead creature.
That is very fair. I am happy to commit to it, though.
Okay, you do it,
Because
and it just
I think
sort
it's genuinely just what Kingsley would have done, and also like
it's dope as heck.
Also, the other thing is in terms of like mechanical stuff, we're kind of dealing with all undead at the moment. If it doesn't work, it's not going to work on anything else, so it doesn't matter to me if the cooldown's gone.
Yeah, very well. In which case, yeah, you do that, and
Unfortunate.
it does not work. I hadn't forgotten that it would. I hadn't looked, and I was like, wait, that would be charm, surely. I didn't need to make that nat 20, but I'll keep that I did it. Shame I burned probably my only nat 20 of the combat.
I should have just specifically read, because Command specifically calls out that it doesn't work on undead, so I should have read that.
Well,
Good
never
job,
mind.
me.
We all cocked that one up. Never mind. What did the rats do?
All right. So
Yeah! Go right!
boy.
Get in there!
Oh boy.
some people, especially Terrace, would know that I have been an RSPCA carer for rats in the past. The most rats I've had at one time was in the low 20s. Most of them were babies. They were all hand-reared, went to excellent homes. It was great. So I looked it up. A swarm of rats in D&D on average has 24 in each swarm.
Yeah.
So that's about what I had at the most. That's a lot of rats.
It's a lot of rats.
24 times 8 is 196.
Yeah.
This
Shy
is a
of
medium.
200 rats.
Each of these swarms is medium sized.
Mm-hmm.
So when Milo looks to the plague of rats and says, "Get that knife."
Okay.
This man is inundated.
Yeah, right. So the rats are trying to acquire the knife?
Yeah, if possible.
I'm going to say that only one swarm may attempt it, given the amount of space they take up.
That is fine. In that case, each swarm will take to a different tree and keep themselves in a different, away from basically a cone, except one swarm,
So
which will go for him.
So they were all sort of, the idea, I believe, was they were like around it.
Yeah, pretty much. They just kind of tumbled out of Milo.
So one of them is definitely going to cop an opportunity attack as it fucks off, because he was like, rats! Smite.
That's fair.
Well, and you're like, I don't want all of you to go in there. Just one of you go in there.
Because if only one of the swarms can attempt it.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. Let's go. Eight swarms up anyway. One swarm at a time to attempt it, and then do you want the other 7 swarms to attack him? Or
I reckon that. I think that would probably be
the
way I would utilize them, yes.
Let's do it like that.
Bring him down with rats.
Bad if I take him out with a wave of rats. The end of the Suicide Squad.
Let's do it.
Infinity rats.
Alright, how do you want me to go about the...
It's an athletics check.
Okay.
It's a strength-based check to remove the blade from the guy's chest.
-1.
Yeah.
And again, having had rats, these guys are dickheads. If they want something, they'll fucking get it.
Yeah.
Athletics for them, so d20 -1. Come on, little ratsies. 18.
Oh, shit.
Fuck him up.
The rats managed to pull the blade from the chest.
Yes.
They beat the check. The check's a 17.
Shit. They shouldn't have done that.
No, they shouldn't have. You succeed. You manage to pull them out, and as this happens,
I hope my rats aren't cursed.
The rats now have the power of the undead.
That's okay.
As that happens, the scene of carnage around you flickers like an old memory before fading. You find yourselves once more in the cemetery. No, not that. That one.
Sorry for breaking your encounter with a fuck ton of rats.
Genuinely kind of what I intended you to do. The fog disperses, graves and crypts all in neat rows, all gently kept. In ranks around you stand 24 ghostly warriors looking on. Before you, his form wavering back into existence, standing beside his mount, is Prolicious. My thanks for the great service you did me. Many would simply have slain me for my evil and let that be the last of it. On the ground between you is the blade, surrounded by 24 rats, and Milo is surrounded
by 196 of them.
Well, the rest of them are around Milo. The world has sort of shifted. But yeah, there is basically a carpet of rats between y'all and most of the other people. Prolicious is not in any way bothered by them. He kind of floats about 2 inches above them. And he looks down at it and says, "Beware that thing. It is..."
Do not worry. I will be disposing of it shortly.
We were but lost revenants, bound to our grief and our shame. But now we are free. We cannot atone for our deeds, but perhaps some small things can be put to rights. He sort of straightens and squares his shoulders. Knights of Krill, we have much to atone for. I thank you for your loyalty, my brothers and sisters. But it was misplaced. And specters watching on make a sort of a fist to heart gesture. And then all but two fade away. Both of them women. A Strig and an Ellurin.
I'm going to address the one that I presumably recognize as being from the sarcophagus I cracked open.
Yeah.
And Kiki's kind of gonna like step forward and like bow deeply and say, thank you so much for the magnificent gift. This staff is wonderful. I would cherish it.
You used it well, and use it to help free Prolicious. He did not deserve his. He deserved much better.
Milo, on the other hand, will unstring the bow, walk up to the other Ellurin woman, and offer it back.
This Ellurin woman is holding the reins of a hadrosaur, of a pachycephalosaur mount.
Which I will pet.
It is a ghost, but your hand
I said what I said.
runs across. You do your level best to sort of do that anyway, and it ghost nuzzles you a little bit with its skull, and she says, "No, that is yours.
Are you sure?
I have a request. Nixie here has descendants that need caring for. Her brood off in the valley. You find, you look after.
Yeah, yes, yeah, uh-huh. I could do that. I'd love to do that. I'm gonna get me some fucking dinosaurs.
Berlicious turns to Kingsley and says, "What happened here must never be repeated. And the first best way to prevent a trap is knowing that blade was placed into my heart by the Emperor Thraxus. Not overly gently either. It twisted my perception. And it was the downfall of my order. An order of knights, hundreds strong, brought down by a single blade."
Worry not. It will be destroyed. And you have no need to worry of history repeating itself, for this history will not even be recorded. For it was not Prolicious of the Knights of Krill that committed these acts, these massacres upon the people of these valleys, but another leader of a far darker order, possessed by powers that he could not that he could not hope to understand or control. The Knights of Krill have been and will continue to be heroes.
To that end, my knights and I will ride out and make whatever recompense we can, assist with the rebuilding, and then, when we are done, they will rest, and I will guard this place as my last penance.
I have one small question, and I think we'll smirk very slightly. Do you have a favorite tree? And kind of points out towards the edge of the graveyard.
I was always a fan of the Boab.
I assume there are none of those nearby, right?
He was a well-traveled man.
That makes sense.
For those who don't know, a Boab is I believe, an Australian exclusive.
No, I think they grow in Africa as well, don't they?
Do they? But yeah, huge thing. Very unusual shape, trunk. And it basically just bulges full of water and it basically can hold enough water to last for decades. Their roots go incredibly deep, and that's the facet of them that Prolicious is rather fond of. You're probably right. Yeah, they're probably Africa as well.
He'll be guarding his place, and he kind of also turns to Prolicious as well. And you'll be guarding this place for eternity, right?
He says, someone must guard the blade. None must ever claim it.
I see.
Well,
Can bring him one.
Can it be destroyed?
I might have an idea to that effect.
And in the meantime, we can bring him a Boab tree.
If
We'll
one
certainly
were
see what we
planted
can
over
do.
my mausoleum,
I can do that.
I would enjoy that.
You
Allowing
have
my
my word.
last mortal remains to nurture.
So,
My word.
I have an idea, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm hoping that, again, from everything I heard from my patron earlier, that maybe there will be some sort of a chance, we'll say. And I think that to that end, Kingsley is actually going to move away. I do think he's going to quickly walk over and pick up the other half of a blade. Again, wrapping it in cloth. Before proceeding to the edge of the graveyard. And I think he's going to sort of just, I think in a very un-Kingsley way for a moment, kind of scratch around the leaf litter and sort of the grass in the bottom of the forest to find a seed. And is going to move back towards the middle of the graveyard, make a small hole, and then beckon
Kingsley,
Princely.
I'd like to sort of stop you there halfway through. As you are at the edge of the clearing, picking up a seed, please make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. Bad. 7. Do I have a way to fix that? I don't know that I do. Curses. Nope.
But like, Seeth is about to object to proceedings, as it were.
Reunite us, and we will give you that which we promise.
Oh, you will be. Momentarily.
Your paltry goddess cannot give you the power I can.
I am aware. You will be reunited shortly.
Are you being... can you make me a deception check? Because I know you're not being 100% truthful. You are being truthful, but you're not. You're deceiving it a bit.
He is being truthful, but he is deceiving it a bit.
Yeah.
Good thing deception's one of my expertises. God, I rolled terrible, but it's a 16.
Okay, right.
Because I rolled a 4 on the die for a 16.
Seeth got an 18 on the dice. Seeth...
Why? Okay, and I've got no... Yeah, no, it's... No, nothing.
Did you respond to him out loud?
No, it would have been in his head.
Right.
Seeth... Kingsley, can you make me an attack roll with a dagger?
I'm trying to think of what the best way to do that's going to be. I'm just going to roll a dex check and know that I add 4 to this because it's proficient weapon. 19.
Hey Milo, what's your AC?
19.
Oh,
That dagger's coming straight at Milo.
no!
Milo will cop it.
Kingsley, so Kiki, I am going to... The check for this is very high. Karen, make a DC 20 Dex save for Prolicious.
15.
15.
Die.
15 on
I'm
the... No,
sorry.
that's a 7 on the die.
Oh.
It's for Prolicious. It's only got a +2.
Oh.
You needed an 18. Prolicious swings with his blade unnaturally fast, but he is still too slow to deflect this dagger as it lands straight in Milo's chest.
No, Milo!
And Milo's gonna look at Kingsley like, bro.
Looks
And
down,
then the pain hits him.
and well, no, it doesn't hurt at all, Milo.
Oh, that's worse.
New idea.
And
What was that for?
Of all the sessions for me to roll terribly. Alright, cool.
you rolled amazingly. What are you talking about? It was a great check.
Right up until it mattered.
Yeah.
Can I try and yank it out? Or is other
Kiki,
stuff gonna happen first?
Make an athletics check real quick.
I'd like to, but I assume that I'm still
Yeah.
coerced.
My-
11.
Would my rats react to my old command of get that knife?
No, your rats are 100% under your command, and you don't want that knife removed from your chest now.
Very cool.
There is an
touch me.
army of rats, and Kiki grabs the knife and attempts to pull it out, and completely fails to do so. It is lodged in there good and tight, and as you grip it, Kiki, the haft is sharp within your grasp, and as you draw your hand away, you've cut your palm open on the blade, on the haft.
Dang it!
Milo, you want nothing more than to burn these three to the ground.
Alright.
Murder is on your mind.
I'm gonna set the rats on them.
Yes.
No!
4 swarms of rats apiece, or is Prolicious copping some?
Prolicious is copying some. So I think I'll do 3, 3, and 2. Who wants 2?
I think it could be Prolicious because he's a ghost. You view him as less of a threat, maybe? I don't know.
Probably.
It's your choice, Jess.
No, I think it'll probably do that. Alright.
Alrighty. 3
sorry,
swarms of rats
guys.
on Kiki.
Very
Second
cool.
phase of boss fight.
Got the +2 to hit. And I didn't take any damage from the dagger?
Technically you took 4 points of damage plus Kingsley's dex,
that's
6.
chill.
6
That's
points.
chill. I'm fine.
The whole
Someone
point
knock
isn't to
Milo
hurt
out.
you, it's to control you.
Please knock
Doesn't
Milo
want
out.
you dead.
Very cool. So that's going to be a 12, a 19, and a 7 to hit Kiki first.
12, 19, 7. I think only one.
Cool.
Only the 19 hits.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a
I
bite,
batched the other rats
2d6.
away.
It's 2d6. That's 5 damage.
5 points of damage on Kiki.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Oh, that nearly
Worse.
crit. Okay, so 16, 4, and 11 on Kingsley.
16 to hit Kingsley.
16, 4, and 11, 2 of those hit. The
Oh,
4
yeah, the
misses
11
me, but
does.
the other 2 are hit. Because my AC is 11,
Yes.
so...
For 12 damage.
12 points of damage there. Zar to 25, 39. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you
And,
wee scallywag.
I crit to hit.
Hey! You actually hit with both of them as well. He has an AC of 18, but that 19 and 22, yeah.
Brutal criticals.
Brutal crit.
That's 12 plus.
Concentration
16 is
on
28.
Mantle of Majesty drops.
Sorry. 28 damage.
28 damage. Oof. Oof. It's fortunately not magical, so he is resistant to it. 28, did you say?
Yeah.
14. Cool. Still, he didn't enjoy that. That hurt. We will continue on in the order that we sort of were before. So it's Kiki, Kingsley, Perlicious. I'll keep the order from before.
I mean, the rats technically went first anyway.
Well, that is true. So Milo, what do you do?
Would it be...
Would it be Perlicious now?
Yeah. I'm happy to start exactly.
All right,
like
let's say Perlicious. If Perlicious is going to
just knock him out.
Rather me than you, my friend. And he is going to attempt to pull it out. He is a lot stronger than Kiki. So here, chat. Can I have an athletics check in chat? He has a +6.
Do better than me, chat. Do better than me.
Roll space. Exclamation mark athletics. It's a 9. Which
Plus
makes
6
it a
is a 15.
15. That does not beat the 17. It needs to pull the thing out. That is unfortunate. He does have extra attack. He's going to do it again. Rather than make his chill touch attack, because he doesn't want to hurt him. So can I get another one, please? From somebody else.
Man, chat.
That I didn't roll it. Oh, I got a 4, and Bishop got a 6. Nope. It ain't coming out.
This isn't meant to come out.
No, this isn't meant to come out. Alrighty, that's Perlicious' turn. It's Milo.
Very cool.
Who do you want to hurt?
The DM.
Yeah. Okay, am I in melee of people?
Yes.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, like 3 people have just tried to pull the knife out of you.
Stone Oni. Thank you very much for the follow
I've
as well,
just
you
closed
bloody
stream
champion.
accidentally. I'm so clever, gang. Alright, 1 second. It won't let me. How do I roll a d3?
Jess, I'm just going to check in with you. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
So long as no one's mad at me, I'm fine.
No. No,
Alright,
I'm
sorry,
the one everyone
Kingsley.
should be mad at.
How
I'm not
dare
mad
you
at-
turn on your friends?
Honestly, no. I'm not mad at Josh either. I'm just mad at
no.
the dice.
Yep, that's
the
valid.
dice are
Yeah.
really
This
having
is
some fun.
Alright, so what's Milo
this is
doing?
interesting as fuck. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to roll a d3. I just used Google to do it. Sorry, Kingsley. Milo is going to pull an arrow from his quiver, and we're at a
think there's-
1. I need a 1 on me. Okay, cool. It's not an explosive arrow.
Shame.
And yeah, I'm just gonna fucking
Shoot him!
let fly in your face.
If you're shooting, that'll be with disadvantage then, right?
Yep.
Because the other guy's in melee with you.
Unfortunately, I have a plus 13,
Oh yeah, you can't
so
miss
it's a
me.
19 to hit.
You can't miss me.
And
You hit.
also, you've cast Hunter's Mark with your bonus action.
No.
Oh, have I?
Yes.
Very cool.
Actually, let me check.
Oh no, I
I
cannot.
think it's not.
Conjure animals will
my
drop.
rats will drop.
Because they're both concentration.
Yeah,
Alright, then does not.
because I'd already checked that. For that
Smart.
exact reason. Oh, I could have done something else. No, I'll do that next time. It's funny. Yeah, sorry, babe. It's gonna be 8 damage. I rolled a 1 on the d8, but
Hey, look.
my swarm is also going to
Yep.
Oh, yeah. A little bit more.
It's not going to do more damage. It's going to push me 5 feet away from people in an attempt to get the dagger out of their reach.
Smart.
Can you push
Yeah.
yourself with
That's
it?
You are moved by the swarm 5 feet horizontally in the direction of your choice.
and so as a question, that is forced movement, so it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, one presumes. Nice, smart. And then Milo runs away.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Waddle. Kiki
Yeah,
is
I
so
have a
much
25
faster
more
than him.
movement speed. He's just like... He's doing his best.
Yeah.
He's doing his best, bro. He's got a dagger sticking out of his chest and he's
Stop him.
scurrying.
Says Perlicious.
As
Kiki.
Milo gonna hot foots it out.
What do you do? Your turn.
Just run up and try to yoink the knife again.
Can I try and... Because I want to use, like, acrobatics, and I want to use this dex instead of strength, but I want to try and tackle Milo out of the swarm
sort
of
of
rats.
try and trip him down,
Yeah,
prone. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I've left the swarm of rats behind because
Yeah.
they can't run on my turn.
No. So
I've
you'll
run through
be-
this field of rats. Okay, swarm of rats does have something though. Oh, 1 second. One moment.
Trying to run through the...
Sorry, I've got a dog.
and a swarm of rats, or 3.
Sorry. Okay, so they have a thing that says the swarm can occupy another creature's space and vice versa.
Right. Yeah.
So it won't be difficult to read, I don't believe.
No, but they will get opportunity attacks as Kiki tries
Yes,
to
it
run
will.
through them. Yes.
Could I instead Misty Step and land on top of Milo?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you absolutely
I
can.
do that.
I use my reaction to go, ah!
Screaming is a free action. Yeah.
No, it's my reaction because I really do it.
Okay.
I can't do anything.
I
with
would
it.
like to Misty Step landing on top of Milo, hopefully in some way tripping him, knocking him prone.
Acrobatics check, please, Kiki. This is to knock Milo prone.
26.
26. And it's a shame you didn't use that 18 to make the athletics check to just pull the dagger out.
Well, if I'd done that, I would have rolled a 2 and would be doing the same.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
Now
Well,
he's
Milo
prone
is
and
now
someone
Milo
gets
is now
advantage.
prone, stuck underneath Kiki, and
There we go.
Kiki, that was your first attack. Let us say, like a trip attack, basically. Do you want to use your second action to, with advantage, try and pull the dagger out?
You bet your ass I do.
Yes, short summary for Dash and Terrace. I got mentally manipulated and forced into stabbing Milo,
stabbed
who
me.
is now possessed by the dagger.
Throwing
12.
it.
With advantage.
With advantage.
12.
Sorry. I would say, why don't you attack the hilt of the dagger instead? What would the modifier be if you're just trying to knock it out?
Me pushing it further into my loose chest.
Would that count as an unarmed strike?
No, it would be an attack with your quarterstaff.
To
Oh.
+2.
It'd be
So
plus
your
10.
13 would be a plus 10 instead.
So it'd be 23 to...
Trying to knock the blade out
Yeah?
would
You
be...
knock Milo down and then use the dagger as a fucking golf tee with your quarterstaff.
That is exactly what it is. You appear above him, land on him sort of in a flutter of feathers and trip him over, and then just whack.
Bada bada swing! Bada bada!
And the blade goes... make me that attack, please, the damage.
Oh, sorry, I
No,
hit the
not
wrong
unarmed.
one. Hang on. Sorry. Wrong
is great.
weapon.
Definitely
13.
a two-handed 13. Milo, you get 13 damage as this
That's okay.
dagger is wrenched from your chest. And
Ow!
And it's like, Milo, I'm so sorry!
Kiki,
That hurt more than him putting it in.
the dagger shatters as this
The magical quarterstaff.
magical quarterstaff does. I rolled to see how much the damage minimum was, and it was 13. Yeah, I rolled a d20, and I was going to add 10 to it, and that was the damage minimum. I rolled a fucking 3. So 13 was the amount you needed. And so, yeah, you shatter half of this, and you hear a wail come out of Milo's chest and from the... and Milo's mouth at the same time. It's eerily similar, but it is two distinct voices. And yeah, you have
Eat
shattered.
that, Seethe!
Ow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm
okay.
so sorry.
He made me hit you before.
We have been raided as well. Let's roll for dragons. Thank you very much for the raid, you bloody champions. We've just concluded the second stage of a boss fight.
Yeah. I was the boss.
Oh.
Surprise second
ran away.
phase. Yeah.
So
The allies are always the best enemies. Unstable Matter, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Favorite raider modes up in chat, everybody. How was your stream, Let's Roll for Dragons? I hope you had a good time. We have been doing a bit of Humblewood.
The other half of the knife is still in Princely's hold, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, good.
And one assumes, with half of it shattered.
Bro, Princely's about to stab me in the back.
Its dagger drops down on Kingsley's head. No.
That would be just
fortunately,
my luck.
Princely is immune to this thing. He is not a real person. So
How dare you say that?
we're out of turn order again. What do you do? Kingsley, Milo is on the ground. It is not a good wound. I want to be very clear. He's literally been stabbed in the heart.
Yep. I think Kingsley looks concerned, but I think more so at the moment he looks furious, and I think is going to turn, just gesture one finger up, and I think that Princely will take off up into the sky a bit, and I think he will have Princely drop it, and while it is midair, I think Kingsley is just going to... And I was going to make you something beautiful, before he casts Shatter on this thing in midair at 4th level.
Very well.
I want this thing destroyed.
Roll me the damage. I will make
Obliterated.
a con save for the... Nope, 6. And Gareth Modra, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. So they were doing some D&D PvP for a tournament coming up.
Ooh.
Nice.
We were doing some PvP too. It wasn't
Just
supposed
coerced.
to, but we just sort of did.
I have
said-
one short question. Does this qualify as a creature technically?
No, but
Is
it
this-
is a thing made of stone or rock.
Yeah, it did say it specifies a creature made of inorganic material, which is why I was sort of like...
Oh yeah, technically I would say so. It
Well,
contains
it
the
turn-
bound
that's just
soul
for
of a criminal made of. I mean, it failed the save.
It failed to save. It takes 29 points of thunder damage, as I think an extremely annoyed Kingsley actually, I think, manifests in full view, and I think larger and almost like more filigreed and fancier than normal. That same kind of looping green energy that becomes the bow, as he draws a sort of similarly green and gold streaked arrow into it and releases it, and as it slams into this thing in midair, there is a kind of something halfway between like a metal scraping screech and a hawk scream, as there is a burst of green and gold and this thing is obliterated.
It does. It shatters, and barely grains of sand are left of this piece of the obsidian blade. Prolicious gathers the heads over to Milo and says, I am undead. I cannot perform any healing, but I will gather these shards. I don't know if they are dangerous themselves, but there is a deep chasm below. I will deposit them there.
Do you have any good berries left?
I think that Kingsley will turn and drop a 3rd level healing word as he just yells out Milo's name.
Rude. Appreciated, but rude.
Milo was having a dramatic death scene.
Right? Also, I got my potion.
Yeah, that.
That as well.
13.
Am I still bleeding out?
You are. It's not great. The potion
Yeah.
would be the appropriate thing to drink.
Yeah.
Story wise.
Yes. Milo will thank Kingsley, but it's still really hurting. And turn to Kiki and say, in my pack, my aunt gave me a cup of tea. She calls it a cup of tea. It's a potion. I know it's a potion.
And Kiki's like,
I like to think that it's in like a thermos.
It absolutely
A second
is.
steak.
Yeah.
Extra mouse.
And the little healing word from Kingsley will help Milo sit himself up, and I will sip at this warm flask of potion of superior
I have
healing.
been rolling for it. Milo's been dropping a D4 of health every round. So yeah, Kingsley propped him up enough that he was able to neck this potion,
Thank you.
this does the job.
Awesome.
Auntie's healing magic is good magic.
Yes.
Pralicious.
oh, that was stressful.
An extremely distraught Kingsley, as he shouted that, has run over, I think fully, kneels down and is trying to be gentle and not move him too much, but is has pulled Milo into a hug and is basically just burning every spell slot he has left, except for one, on healing words.
Hey, I'm okay.
And he is.
Did you explode the knife? I saw it.
Oh yeah, that thing went up like a firework.
Kiki, as you sort of step back from looking down at Milo and Kingsley, you see once again the Knights of Krill are gathered, this time not 25, but every mausoleum in this graveyard, every single one of them. From them are emerging more and more these faint blue-purple ghosts. Some 200 stand around you. And as one, Pralicious raises his blade to the sky and says, Knights of Krill, honor these. And there is a clatter of mailed fists against breastplates. And now, we ride to right the wrongs, one final time. And summoned from within and beneath them come mounts, hadrosaurs, plateosaurs, the occasional even, there is an allosaur or two, but there's an ankylosaurus that sort of rides as a plaquin bearer sort of thing, with a half dozen knights aboard it. And they ride off towards Octomocti, fully intent on rebuilding this place. And with our friends gathered in this peaceful clearing, I think we'll leave it there.
Milo's all better. He's okay.
He'll be fine.
Look,
Thank you very much for
wasn't
playing
clean,
with me this
but
evening.
it was effective.
I did have a
Exactly.
thing I wanted to leave behind here, but I'll just ask you about it after stream if
sure.
we're going to end there, because that's a good moment to end on.
No, what did you want to leave?
I think that if possible, rather than just throwing the shards into the abyss, as it is rather difficult to guard something where you can't see it,
Yep.
I think instead Kingsley would, now that there's no threat of the knife immediately, take the time to gather up several more seeds before digging a small hole in the middle of the graveyard, scattering the fragments throughout it, making sure that none are touching and that they are all separate, before placing all the seeds in and using the last spell slot that I had held onto for a plant growth to, I think, raise up a tree to make sure that these stay separate while using a little bit of seed speech to talk to them. And it is not an easy burden that I saddle you with, and I apologize for having to do so at all. But by doing this, you will be keeping the people of this valley and this world at large safe, and honoring the legacy of those who deserve it. Thank you.
Twisting and writhing above it comes a gnarled but mighty Boab, fed perhaps by the strength of the remaining magic within the blade, but bound by the charge Kingsley gave it. This mighty tree stands sentinel above this graveyard.
Hell yeah.
And we'll leave it there. And see. Thank you, Terrace. It was very, pseudo-Evertree. Yeah. Very, very flattering of you. So, now that we have done it, now that we've said it, I'd like to show you. This is Prolicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dope.
This is my version of Grandmaster Prolicious. He is the leader of my Soulblight Gravelord's warband in Warcry. He obviously is riding a horse, but this is the model that inspired the adventure. Mm-hmm. And the name Prolicious was inspired by Masters of the Galaxy by Gloryhammer. It is a song that is... the band is absurd. And it features within it the lines... stabbed through the heart with a knife of evil, it infected his brain. And then there is a cutaway in it, like there's an instrumental break, and you hear... Dreadlord Zargulthrax command Grandmaster Prolicious to lead his knights of evil to Octomocty, to slaughter more peasants in Octomocty. And Prolicious says, "Yes, Lord Zargulthrax, Death Lords of Krill, to battle!" And it's amazing.
That's great.
And I was sitting in my chair listening to this song, looking at Prolicious, and I thought, it'd make a pretty decent adventure.
Yeah.
So I tweaked the fuck out of it.
That was excellent.
But yes.
That was fucking great.
There you have it. That is it's a good song. Would recommend. Masters of the Galaxy by Gloryhammer. Well, we should do our favourite moments, ladies and gents. Ladies, blokes, non-binary folks. Can I get a D4 in chat? Exclamation mark, roll space, the number 4, to determine which of us goes first. Milo being 1, Kiki 2, me 3, Kingsley 4.
Yes.
Yes.
What did it say? That's a 1. That's Milo.
Oh, it's me.
It's me.
Milo.
And a 2 will be next. That's me. Curse you, Tony. Karen, you're muted, my lovely.
The swarms of rats.
Yes.
So many rats.
So many rats.
Consummate rats.
Consummate rats. I wouldn't be
I
mad
really
if
like
it came up and
rats.
bit him in the ass. I really enjoyed drumming on the sarcophagi. Just ah, there we go. There's the one. There it is. That was cute.
Yeah.
Man cannot do things even semi-normally.
I'm kind of torn between a player moment and a character moment. But I'm going to do... Yeah, I'll do both because I'm last. That's fine. So character moment, I'll say... I loved the eagerness with which you jumped on the yes, I will go find the dinosaurs bandwagon. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I need to come back to this and do the dinosaurs, please.
Yep. And player moment, I really, really enjoyed the willingness with which you took to PvP, and the fact that you didn't pull your punches either. That you weren't sort of like, oh, but if I do this move, it technically disadvantages me. You were just like, nope, I'm going for it. You're dying.
Josh said the only thing that you want is to not have this knife removed, and you want these guys dead. So
yeah, but you did a great job of it.
You did an excellent job.
Like, out of character, please kill me.
A hell of a thing to throw at somebody, and you dealt with it exceptionally well. And with a grace and a cool grooviness that I really like to see in a player. And it's why I keep having you back here.
Thank you.
Favorite self?
Really appreciate that. Actually, yeah, same. Like, I didn't think I'd be so down for the PvP, and then I was like, nah, this is fucking great.
It's fun if you... I think there's an element of trust the DM.
Yes.
But it's fun if it's a short little thing. We know it's going to be fine. The DM has a story he wants to tell, and we're just here to help him. Yeah. Second
Fully
favorite moment, though,
100%
would be describing the thermos full of good juice that Granny gave, or that Auntie gave you. No, my potion.
The cup of tea.
Potion.
I know
I could
it's a
save my
potion.
expendable for later, but I'm not gonna because it's cool to do it now.
It felt right. It felt
It did.
right to bring her back
Bookended
into it.
Yeah.
So I was like, Kingsley, come on!
He was panicking.
I know.
Favorite?
and I
Oh,
love
it was
that.
perfect.
Who would have thought, like, you know, baseball batting a knife out of someone's chest would be a bad idea?
Well, I hate that it's prone. I was supine on the ground.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was baseball batting, it was golf tee.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that was a
Kiki's got
moment.
a excellent handicap, of course.
Amazing.
I reckon monks would be very good at golf.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Soundboy. Soundboy, you narrowly avoided hearing how the adventure ends. And Soundboy has been playing this adventure. Hey, Soundboy, they also spoke to the knife. It got much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out you can.
Things escalated badly.
Yeah, we did a dumb on that one.
Yeah, very badly.
So, where we at? Cool. Alrighty. Well,
Up to you.
so, damn it. Yeah, we are.
We're up to
yeah,
you,
the two was
Mr.
rolled.
DM.
All right then. Favorite DM moments, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in first. I think the description that you gave of the kind of the illusory memory of when we first left the mausoleum and we crawled out, and just the way that you described, like, all the fog having closed in, like the fact that everything had clearly changed, we weren't even in the graveyard anymore, the way you sort of set the whole scene with, like, the fire, like, backlighting the trees, and the description of the sounds and everything, like, it was it was just perfect. Like, it was one of those moments where it was just, I wasn't really hearing the words. I was, to an extent, but it was more just kind of like, I fully just saw and heard everything in my head, and I wasn't really paying attention to exactly what was being said. I was just there. It was very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Worse than a fireball to the face?
Yes.
Yeah, Soundboy. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
These are level 10 characters. They are capable of much worse.
Well, the same thing happened. I cast...
He hasn't finished the adventure yet.
I just wanted to know that we did have a fireball to the face moment, and then it got worse.
And then it got worse. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta try not to spoil things now with our favorite moments.
Oh, don't stress it too much.
I'm
Soundboy
sure
just
Josh
go,
will come up
la,
with
something.
if he needs to.
It is
Quick,
slightly
Soundboy,
different.
mute the stream.
The way Soundboy will be playing it is slightly different because it's not in Humblewood. Not set in the Temple World.
Ah. You can't rely on anything you've heard here today.
No, this is set in the mountains. They are coming to it immediately after playing a Deep and Creeping Darkness from Candlekeep Mysteries. So they're coming out of Vermilion, the town of Vermilion, back to Mayorin, and Mayorin has been substituted for Octomocti. Octomocti is another little mountain village in their setting, but Mayorin is the one that's been torn down, and Lucas Grosvenor is okay. Don't worry, Lucas is fine. Yeah. Favorite selves? Favorite? Yeah, I think that's all of them.
But no, it's not. I'll actually do the same with the PvP thing, but spin it back onto you. I don't like PvP, but I felt completely comfortable.
Yes.
I was completely fine with it. I was happy to actually, because I've had bad experiences before. And I was very happy to put, full trust in you and be like, no, he won't let actually bad shit happen. Yeah. And even if Milo had been killed, it would have been in a way of it was actually part of the story and not just whoops.
Yeah.
And
I do love the mental image of a ghost Milo standing next to a ghost Prolicious.
Yeah.
Going off to do ghost shit together.
That's what I mean. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
And Milo would show me to the dinosaurs.
The coolest afterlife.
Yeah. He's just going to go and ride ghost dinosaurs for the rest of eternity with Uncle Prolicious.
Ghost rats warm true.
Yes.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I also appreciate you being okay with me almost accidentally breaking the encounter immediately with 8.
Hey, look,
rats.
it came around right back. No, I genuinely
200 rats.
It wasn't what I thought you'd do, but I was like, hey, look, that worked. It could be that easy, and you rolled well, and it was. That's why we have dice.
That -1.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it favorite me? The favorite self?
I would just like I loved the glee with which you announced all the dinosaurs that were appearing.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's always
Felt
really
that.
fun to be a character that does a bit of grandstanding. It was like Death Lords of Krill.
Yes.
But playing Evil Dagger is also very fun. I
liked
love
his voice a lot.
I love
the voice you put on for him was great.
Flesh. Yes. Where's that from? Where did I take the voice from? The Flesh.
I recognize it.
It's the actor was in Game of Thrones, but the way he's speaking is from Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil. It's the doctor in Resident Evil, and it's like, they no longer hunger for flesh.
Oh, that guy!
Yeah.
I can't tell you his name, but I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Jorah
pretty much.
Mormont in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, that actor's been in so many things. Why can't I remember his name?
Yeah.
Voice away.
Wasn't planned, but it just sort of happened. Yeah. And it's just a vaguely creepy way to say the word flesh. Kind of fun. Yes. He craves the flesh.
If I may
I quite
add
liked his voice.
to that, or instead, just for the end there, just to say it made me genuinely a bit emotional at the end of that last speech.
Yeah.
Quite emotional. And I was
That-
like, so,
Same.
yeah,
Same's his
really
brother.
got us to sink our hearts into this little adventure.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is the problem with Kiki Kingsley and now Milo as well. It was like, we played him and we're like, gonna need to see this guy again. He's great. And then Kiki comes along and we're like, fuck, she's cool too. And now I've got Milo. I'm like, well, this is a bloody party, isn't it? So, yeah. Ian Glenn. Thank you, Terrace.
Once every few weeks, anybody?
Yeah, it is that kind of thing. It's a good fun one to have like in your back pocket, a little occasional. This is episode 7 as well. Like we've had a bit now. So need a D2 in chat, please. Somebody would oblige us! ! Roll space the number 2, as I have been thoroughly flattered. I am putting the Kingsley picture back because why not? Yes.
I'm gonna need Milo art.
There's a 1. That is, we had a 2 from Terrace and then a 1 from Tony. So that's Kingsley first.
Alright. Kingsley's main character syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love Kingsley.
I really enjoyed Hey Rhea. Should I do this?
Yeah.
No. Why? No. Why you even? No. Why are you asking?
Just the little moments of main character syndrome that Kingsley had in there, like walking across the bridge, being like, "Yes,
Oh,
I
Hi, me.
I don't need one of these other weapons. I'm going to take the big bad one." Haha.
Yeah.
Just the little ways that you work it in there. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
I'm going to say your
Good egg.
descriptions of. Oh, we're just losing it.
No,
Oh,
internet.
that's
Don't do it.
so. That is such a flattering.
Yeah, it's a good one. All of us. Karen looks
back.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's what I was
'Cause
thinking.
I had a
Karen, you
doozy
look
earlier.
cute.
I was like,
I'm going to say your description of your final form. Whenever Kingsley goes true
We're frozen again.
glorious,
Oh, we're unfrozen.
I'm coming out very low res. It's like, yeah, it's just fluctuating. But it's the stream, it's stream elements. I think it's alright. Yeah, your description of your final form was very, very cool.
Thank you.
Just whenever he goes glory. Hold on, internet. Hold on.
Oh, this is funny.
so close. So close. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just watching it go down, up,
Oh.
down, up, down, up.
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's grey. Oh,
We're fine. We're not fine.
No,
Keeps
we're so
being not
fine.
again. Yeah,
it's so fine. Don't
We'll
look
be
at the
fine.
grey screen.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to edit this one quite a lot. Yeah. Whenever Kingsley goes full glory, like the shiny chicken is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
God,
fast.
yes.
Thank you.
Your descriptions are always so amazing.
Yeah, like the destruction of the other half of the knife was
Whoa.
cinematic.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's it.
Thank you.
Also, while we're in here, if you hear any voices in your head, ignore it.
Immediately they go looking for voices in their head and
Oh, yeah.
immediately fail wisdom saves.
Like, bro, why'd you say that to Milo? Come on.
Yeah, that's my bad. I should have seen that coming. Yeah, I don't know. I think I did enjoy. I always enjoy doing like flavor descriptions on things, and I do think that my Mantle of Majesty was probably the highlight. I agree for this session, but I think to do something a little different. It was a small thing, but I did enjoy the little speech I gave to the saplings at the very end. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that again with the like cinematic, just it was wonderfully described. Really enjoyable.
Thank you.
I don't need a crit weapon, my patron has my back. Yeah, dead set. Also, wouldn't use it anyway.
Stop.
Want that dagger.
Oh, sweet Narcissus. Yeah, you get me. That's Kingsley.
Bishop Blood says, favorite Kiki getting blasted by Milo and feeling old. Yes, that was very funny, actually.
That was good.
There, I've slumped into frame. There you go.
Thank you. My favorite Kiki moment. Jess has actually already said theirs as well. It was put up in Discord. Favorite Karen moment was when Kiki Misty stepped onto Milo's head. I thought that was very clever and also funny. Also her cool golf moves. Bishop Blood observing, I'll use the staff well, and did so. Yes, that was very cool. My favorite Kiki moment would be your chat with the ancient ghost lady. That was really sweet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool to get to have that moment as well.
Yeah.
At the
absolutely.
end.
And I believe I put mine in chat as well, but I really enjoyed the little immediate sort of like demonstration that she started doing when she got the staff and started playing with it. I thought that was great.
Heck yeah, ninja vibes.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, we should go away from here because we've been streaming for a gosh darn while. Oh no, we need Karen's favorite self. What am I talking about?
Oh, good question. Look, it was probably the Misty stepping thing. I know it's already been said, but honestly, yeah.
No.
Well,
Gotta use your abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to lunge it. No, wait. I can do this better.
The carpet of rats was very much a double-edged sword the entire way through.
It's like, I can run through a carpet of rats.
I was a bit disappointed we didn't see how much damage they could do to Perlicious before we pulled the knife out of him, but there we go. It's probably for the best long term.
You don't always get what you want.
That's true. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we shall go away. The Burning Hands was also cool. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did do
Yeah.
that.
Remember how that works because it was really good. We should go away from here now because we've been streaming for a gosh darn while. But before we go, we should talk about who the heck we all are. Zach, who the heck are you?
I am Renegade Chicken, or Zach, and I will hopefully be back playing Kingsley again soon. And
I'll see what I can do, man. I actually was thinking International Talk Like Josh the Pirate Day would be good for a one-shot for this little crew. Because there won't be Humblewood that night because Humblewood is a Thursday and it will be a Friday-Saturday combo. So it might be a nice thing to end International Talk Like Josh the Pirate Day with.
Very true. And also on top of that, because she's not here right now, and I'm not sure exactly when she's going to be back, the other member of our wonderful team was my lovely fiancée Jess, aka Queen Binch. And she's also had a fantastic time, and I know while you guys were disconnected was also expressing to me that she hopes that we get to play them again soon, so...
That's it. Well, why don't we see if we can't rustle up character art for Kiki and Milo by late September, mid-late September. We are Karen needs to write me description of Kiki for Daria.
I do.
Daria is currently available, and I have a couple of pieces of art prepaid for Zach. So if you can get that art through to that description through to Daria, consider that I'll pay for it. It's already paid.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. I will do my best to sort of get that sorted for you then. Thank you very much.
Because I bought 3 and only one's been redeemed so far, and I wanted to spend the money before the end of the financial year. Tax reasons, buddies. Yeah. Karen, who the heck are you, and could you please tell me about the Ukraine?
Hi, I am Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. I'm a performer, a writer, and internet addict. You can find me here usually on Tuesday, Thursday nights, playing Baldur's Gate 3 or Humblewood. Or you can find me on Twitter, shitposting as Mother O Bunnies. Thanks for hanging, peeps. And if you are in a position to donate some dollars to a worthy cause, feel free to flick them to the Emergency Action Appeal, which is an Australian-based group of charities and not-for-profits supporting Ukrainian refugees from the ongoing conflict over there. So if you can donate, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Good on you,
And good
champions.
night.
Yeah.
I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove. You know all this. You are bloody legends. Thank you for sticking with us throughout all the dropouts this evening. I don't really know what to do about it, is the problem. I don't think going to a different provider actually gets you... It's the material that is actually doing the job, not the provider, really. So it's not really...
The infrastructure is the problem.
The infrastructure up here isn't great, even though we have the really good internet plan. So when I can get it, it's very fast. It just doesn't always happen for no reason.
Yeah, gotcha.
Deeply, deeply frustrating. But it didn't used to be an issue. The first year or so we lived here, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
it's gotten
like
worse of late.
when we next move, just Google which suburbs in Perth have the most stable internet.
Yeah. I don't even know if there's any huge amount of point doing a raid out. So we will just head off into the ether. But it has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with all of you this evening. Go out there, spread the love, be kind, because it is the way. We are affiliated with a couple of groups of lovely individuals, as you are very well aware. Stockholm. I hear lovely things about Stockholm, Tony, and the internet's probably excellent. It is a bit of a commute for work, though, for Karen and I. But maybe a holiday sometime. Yes, if you
Absolutely.
fancy checking out the wonderful folks of Troll Lord Games or the wonderful beans over at Wooten Forge, there are the links there in chat. Sirenscape has been very, very reliably doing the music. Sirenscape never once fucking stopped while the internet died. Like, the computer was like, there's no internet. I'm like, I'm listening to it. What are you fucking talking about? I imagine
you'll
it's in the
never stop
download
the
buffer.
music.
Once the music starts, and it is sometimes hard to make it start, you can't stop it. Every now and again, I hear it. Oh, she's back!
Yeah, she's back!
There's a Jess!
Yay!
Sorry, my stomach tried to kill me.
No, that is okay.
No,
Apologies. I mean, there was so many fucking stupid business. But there we go. It's all right. We back. Jess, tell us who the absolute heck you are. We're about to fuck off again, but...
Oh, did you get my Karen favourite moment, which was...
We
me
did.
stepping
I read
onto
it out, but
Milo's
you
head
can
and
say
then
it,
using
please.
golf tea?
Yeah.
I am both sorry and not sorry.
No, it was amazing, phenomenal, wonderful, hilarious.
You will, unless my internet fucking shits itself, or continues to shit itself, you will see, it's probably nowhere near as bad for other people's streams. It's never been a problem on any other, when I've gone on anybody else's, because the internet doesn't have anywhere near a load if I'm just streaming off Discord, whatever. But you should see all 4 of us tomorrow evening over on the Lawrights channel, !
Yes.
Shout out
Damn right.
at the
Coming at you,
Lawright.
Lawright.
Right. underscore? I think it might be underscore.
Yes, I've been Jess, I will be Milo again, and I will be back.
There you go.
We
Yes.
can't stop them at this point. They're
be
turning
there
up
next
whether we
week.
want them to or not.
Absolutely. We're
They're a
in your
bloody
walls.
legend. We will finish off our Vason adventure with them tomorrow. But until then, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Karen, we're playing Baldur's Gate.
Whee!